think we are coming back right now. I'm going to direct everyone that is on the YouTube side that's hanging out over there to our new streaming location here in just a moment, if you guys will bear with me. Apologies for that. I don't know what just happened, but for some reason, the Streamlabs just crashed. I did not even lose internet connection. So, yeah, not too sure what was going on with that right there. But, yeah. So apologies for that. We're going to have to go ahead and get it loaded back up. You guys should be able to start watching on the new spot here. So yeah. All right. I think we're back though on Twitch and we're back on YouTube momentarily. And are we, how's the scripting thing? Has that come around?
I didn't see any more messages about that, but it looks good. Boots house. Look at Nicky.
Wondering if I got booted from the server, or if I should care.
No, the messages are still coming in, so you're good.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. So Luke said they're broke, and yeah, again, apologies for that delay. Redoing them right now, so we'll get you guys racing here in just a minute. Overlooking the track though. And again, apologies to those over on the YouTube side. That is my bad over there on why it just crashed. But I think we're back.
I blame
we're back up in both places. So sad because we actually had good viewership and it just totally tanked because of that. So
they'll be back.
Hopefully.
They'll be back. Well, it's on the same.
Kyle MX wants a hot lap while we wait.
Oh, yeah, brother. Run it back.
Well, now Sim's trying to crash.
Now you're not in the server.
Oh, man.
Desktop capture.
Desktop capture. No, I actually turned that back off to game capture, but I don't know what's...
Game capture. Oh, that's what I was supposed to tell you.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, wildcard races are about to be sick. I don't know why my game just crashed, though. That sucks. I think I did get disconnected, so we are going to come back if it ever lets me. Yeah, I don't care. I don't need to send stuff to Microsoft. There we go. All right, so apologies to anybody that was watching on Facebook. You maybe now are switched over to here, and we're going to get loaded up into the game in just a minute. Classic sim, though. Just everything starts crashing as soon as we go off there, so yep.
2007 game, by the way.
I just updated my graphics driver earlier, actually, Carter.
Me too.
So I'm not sure. Well, not like today, but earlier this week. But yeah, that does tend to happen. And the wild card races absolutely are about to be litty. I mean, they're going to be really good. Obviously, as you said, Balzer's going to be in it, but I mean, look, if he has a bad start, you just disregard that he's even in that race because then the battle for first and second will be insane.
Yeah,
I sound like Morty right now too. I've had a few beers tonight. Coming back to the action.
I have to stop after this one. I'm sad. We got Chase B in the house. Shout out to him. Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome because even if Balzer's not there or whatever, these guys where you're like, oh no, they should be in. Like they do have a lot of pressure, but we've never seen anyone go for 2 spots. It's been, did they ever do 2 spots in regular Supercross? Like forever ago?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, because it was 20 in the mains. So it'd be
when they had the semis.
Yeah, but even for a brief time when they had the normal heat races, 9 going through, it was also...
That's what I remember. But yeah, I mean, dude, that's the scariest thing ever. Going for 2 spots on the gate. And we're going to have full gates too. It's not like we're doing some... like, you know, how they have in real life where there's 7 guys on the gate, you're going to get a clean start, everyone's going to funnel through. No, there's going to be first turn carnage. There's going to be 2 first turn carnages on this track. 3, I guess, because they're separate sides. It's going to be insane, and we're going to see what happens. Let's freaking go.
Here we go, folks. It is time for the last chance qualifiers here to kick things off for the playoffs, and this is where it all goes down. 250 LCQ coming at you. They are lined up on the gate. They are ready to go. Which side is this whole shot going to come from? That is going to be the question we are about to try to figure out as we are set to go. 30 car to sideways. Revs are up. Here we go for the LCQ to kick off the playoffs. Going to the left, it's Nikki T going down on the far outside. We got Will now going into the corner dead last on that side. Who's going to come out of the middle with the lead? It is Jace Williams first, but he's going to get pushed wide, and Steven Short shoots through into the race lead.
Just like that, the first guys in the first race that we see get together from each side. Steven Short lays it over. That allows J.R. Reyes to go to the lead with a commanding lead as everyone else is tied up. But look at how rough this track is. We're going to have to see if he can hold on to it because, Kellen, I think getting out front here early, maybe you can slow the pace down a little bit, but I would still be super nervous.
Oh, I'm already nervous just watching J.R. Reyes try to tiptoe his way through these sections right now as Will now settles into the 2 spot early on. Again, only the top 2 riders go through this one, and Will now is swapping all the way out. J.R. Reyes can't even get out of the deep rut before he goes down, so now they are really close together. Meanwhile, trying to double back into position, Steven Short side by side, gonna make the pass as jumping off track goes Will now, and Steven Short back into the transfer spot.
Yeah, Steven Short with a good move, slingshotted around that 3rd rut a little bit smoother. I feel like that's going to be favored because I've seen you and others struggle with those 2 sharp inside lines there. But look at this. Short up the inside. Oh, he gives him the business. Levi Kitchen on Deegan. But guess who's not going to cry? J.R. Reyes is not, as Steven Short goes to the lead there.
That is a good pass to set us up, and we're not even done with the first full lap just yet as Steven Short takes over the lead. Green flag in the air. This is only a 5-minute plus 1 lap race, and we're already 1 minute and 40 seconds into it, so it is going to go by quick as Short leads from Reyes. Will now picks it up still in the 3 spot, and there is our defending SMX champion in the 250 class, Rasmus Balzer, having to go through these LCQs every week. Obviously great in qualifying. He's going to shoot into 3rd place right here momentarily, at least, as Caden Kepka is going to try to get around the outside, but Balzer now into a spot where he can challenge for the final spot.
Yeah, is that color wrong, or is it just because it's on the Suzuki?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's purple and the green, isn't it?
Just
it looks a little
It looks
weird
like
for sure
light, like too light purple.
Yeah.
But anyways, Rasmus Balzer, look at him tripling by as he exits that rhythm section off the ski jump, makes 2 passes there as they get a twofer as Caden Kepke is going to follow him through. Ooh, and then almost goes down there. But Balzer working his way up here. And yeah, doing a good job, did whatever he could to survive. He's not way back, 10th, 15th, 20th. So he's given himself a good chance to have some troubles go. But Kellen, with the short races, if they had a bad first one, Steven Short down. So Balzer is going to make a pass. J.R. Reyes follows him through. So Balzer now leading, and now he's in a really comfortable spot. Another ride, huge swap. Kepke goes down. Oh my gosh. But yeah, they only have like 3, maybe 4 laps to be able to take this thing home. So you really have to lock in.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically qualifying laps that they're trying to get through, as Will now is going to short the double ever so slightly. Now back into the 3 spot, I should say. Reyes up in 2nd, trying to sneak away a little bit right here. So Balzer is in the position that he had hoped to be. Obviously, maybe a little bit more of a gap would help his case, but getting away out front, hopefully he's able to bring this home these next couple of laps, as we're already 3.5 minutes in. So definitely next time by, we're getting the white flag. This is a 4-lap race, basically confirmed at this point. So Reyes, lays it down a little bit into the berm right there. Got to keep it on his toes. Will now in 3rd, and Gummison leading a freight train right here. Briscoe, Short, Lumi, Kepke, and Kazarian bringing up caboose a little bit on this one, all trying to fight their way forward. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that this is going to stay status quo, or is J.R. Reyes got a crash in him?
I feel like such a dick because I always say they're going to crash. But I just want some carnage for the stream, JR. I'm sorry. He was getting some pressure from behind, but Will now lays it down in the sand, goes off the bike, creates a little bit more carnage. We see Short passing him right there. Another rider up front, though, making some moves. Who's in 4th or something? Timmy, Jared Gummison was right there. He's the one who capitalized. He's going to be the closest. I think it's all on him. Keep it on 2 wheels. Pray for another J.R. Reyes mistake. Honestly, with how rough this track is, I think everyone that's watching at home with us right now, you just have to expect a mistake, right?
I would have to imagine.
Almost everyone. There's going to be one mistake every lap, whether it's doing that, missing this jump. That's a 2-second mistake right there, probably 1.5, just from messing up those ruts and casing a big double like that. So every time something like that happens, his gap was 6.3. Now it's 4.2 as we're on board. Even with all that, he's gaining still 3.9 seconds. praying for any little mistake right there, but can't make his own. And slowly bringing that gap down, but slowly running out of time as well.
I mean, this is probably the most brutal track we've ever seen when it comes to the SMX playoffs. And I'd have to imagine that the Battlegrounds track crew thought about what happened in real life with this track and maybe laid a little bit extra on thick when it comes to putting braking bumps and everything else on the track. Because as we mentioned, the erode is on. We won't see it much in these LCQs, but these 20-minute motos coming up, we'll see the track wear down even more. So by the end of these motos coming up, the tracks are going to be absolutely brutal, and it is going to be survival of the fittest in those races.
Yeah, God, there's so many races. We have an hour and a half of yapping left to go while racing is on the track. So last lap right here, correct?
Yeah, white flag is out.
Yeah,
yes.
He brought it down to 3 seconds, ran a 2-minute lap time, a little bit slower because he brought that gap down. Was JR Reyes, but look close. Look, JR Reyes lays it down, but he had it within 1.5 seconds.
They're both down, and going through into the final transfer spot is Timmy Briscoe. Now he slides it down on the concrete. He's trying to pick it up. Will now gets back through. Then he lays it down in the sand. That lets Briscoe back by. Lumi comes through. Then Gummison, who just got hit by JR Reyes, is coming through as well. There's Will now and Reyes just behind him. They're all going off the wall jump together. And interestingly enough, it's Briscoe who moves into the transfer spot, but this is far from over.
Yeah, I mean, Gummison back there too. Oh, someone over the bar so hard, and Gummison gets into it as well. Or he's the only one that survives. Everyone else getting into it. I feel bad for him because he got taken down, no fault of his own. JR Reyes just getting aggressive there, trying to get up from the crash. Timmy Briscoe, though, gets it going. Balzer has 8.5 seconds of breathing room, so that is pretty much done as long as he does not have a fall-off crash. Taking this thing home, Timmy Briscoe needs to hold on. Gummison is going to be pushing, though, does not want to be the only one left out to dry here. Balzer was down. You saw that yellow flag going into the corner. Thought it could maybe be a lapper, but he's down. So now the gap is super tight. Kellen, all these three within maybe 2 or 3 seconds of each other.
Yeah, Balzer definitely did not want to have this happen right at the end of the race. And Briscoe with a slide out, but these guys are pretty far back. I think Gummison must have had one other mistake that we did not see off screen right there, because Briscoe has some breathing room. So if your balls are here, just one more corner to go. You got to get through this straightaway, which this double is deceptive. Really hard to get the backside of it cleanly. Gets over that nicely, over the Supercross triple, and your defending champ is going to make it in through the LCQ. Rasmus Balzer takes top honors in the LCQ in this one. Nice whip over the finish, and Timmy Briscoe joins him into the motos by the skin of his teeth. Gummison is going to be fuming. I'd have to imagine he's going to exchange some words with JR Reyes after this one.
Yeah, if I'm Gummison, JR Reyes is getting an earful after that. I mean, it sucks seeing someone go down and losing, not even getting the chance to throw it away yourself. Having someone take it like that from you is just a bummer right here as you see the rest of the field coming through. Look, we got some very exciting kits. A lot of high vis going on, which I think I'm a big fan of.
Well, I mean, we just got a lot of gnarly, interesting colors. I mean, normally we only see like 1 or 2 of these really bright accent colors on a kit, but they're kind of all over the place. Look at that.
TLD crushing it.
Some TLD stuff right there. What gear set is this?
That looks like some JT.
Is it? Oh, it's Thor.
Thor.
I don't think Thor.
Basically
Thor
the same.
make that kit? I don't think they do they?
I think so.
I mean, kudos to them for running the custom stuff.
Alias, like a
and then I don't even know what C charge. I don't know. Oh, canvas probably. I don't know. Charge. It had a lightning bolt on it, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I was just trying to fit in with the crowd. And then here we go for 450 LCQ.
Am I allowed to kind of shit talk the track crew? Is it allowed?
Why? Because
Probably
it's so
not.
rough?
I think if you're gonna make the track like this, you can't have a road. Like, this is like old school, like nationals, where like it's built like that. Like, it doesn't need to. I don't think it needs to get worse than what it is. I think it's overdone if you're gonna have a road.
I can agree, but I also think that their road must be turned down a little bit, because we just had 22 guys on the track and you saw almost nothing happen to the track.
I also think you maybe just can't tell because it's so gnarly.
It is gnarly.
I'm a big fan of like light starter ruts and letting the track develop if you're running a road, and then if you're building it like this, not having it. But I guess I can see. I gotta wait and see our first 20-minute race. But this track's gnarly, dude. Braden Tharp says this is the hardest one he's ever ridden in his life, and like there were some years of nationals that were rough. Wyatt Grant said he's going to throw some big old whipper tails for us. So
well, he's in 450s later on, I think.
Kind of need that though. Yeah, and he's
Honestly,
seated in, right?
This is a bit of like a what do you call it? Icing the kicker moment for the 450 class, because dude, they're just sitting
you have to sit for
a long time, like an hour before they even have their first moto.
The only thing that I do think you're going to see is they're going to be so good. I think so consistent. Those four, they're going to be locked in. They're going to have, you can't tell me maybe some guys are sitting there spotting for one of their friends or whatever, but I would bet you everyone in 450s is just grinding this track, just riding it while the race is going on, practicing and kind of seeing how everything develops, and maybe seeing some race lines and stuff like that. So, dude, I ate so much Chinese food.
We did have a lot tonight.
I keep having like half burp, half like I'm gonna throw up, half like hiccup.
Shout out Mrs. SYS for coming in clutch with the Chinese tonight. Yeah, it was good stuff. It. All right, here we go. 450 last chance qualifiers. Same exact deal right here, folks. 5 minutes plus a lap, and the top 2 make it through to the motos. We're going to try a little bit something different here. We're going to take a look from this view and see if we can see where that whole shot is actually coming from. Here we go, 450 LCQ. We are racing here in Concord. Gate is down. There we go. A couple guys almost looped out. Looks like it's pretty even draw to both sides. I can't really tell just yet. Looks like maybe the inside's going to try to get there first. No, outside line actually comes through. It's Walter Gebhardt who gets the whole shot out front of Xander Brion. Devin Johnson with a good start as well. And hey, 450 guys, a little bit more experience, cleaner through the split.
Yeah, I only have one set of eyeballs, so I was only watching the right side from our point of view where Gebhardt got that start. Every single person went down basically besides him, so maybe he had a little bit of more clear air, but that's where I thought the whole shot was going to come from in pretty much every race. So I'll have to keep an eye on it, maybe keep scores of kind of where this whole shot's coming from. A Gebhardt out with a pretty big lead early on, but like we saw earlier, you can easily throw one of these away with how rough this track is, and yeah, he's the only one in the driver's seat right now.
Even that rut he was just going through right there almost kind of grabbed his footing there and pulled him out, but able to keep it on 2 wheels, and he's got some heavy pressure. Xander Brion, the Atlas.co, hashtag Jesus loves you Kawasaki, cruising up behind him in the 2 spot. These two are getting away a little bit at the front of the field, and if they can work together, that would be huge, but Gebhardt now tucks the front end. Brion to the lead. Gebhardt goes dancing backwards. Looks like he's on MX bikes going reverse right there with that front end physics, but it gives Brion the race lead. Caden Pankow moves into second, and here's Caleb Hall up in a third, trying to get away early on.
Yeah, Brion was ripping right now, but look at these 3 guys. You saw them going through. Pankow as well. Almost everyone made a mistake in that tight rut right before the finish line. These ruts are so deep as he loses a position right there to Caleb Hall. Every single time you see these guys high-siding, low-siding, grabbing pegs in these ruts, they're just not able to lock in. Maybe still not enough time on the track as Gebhardt is making moves right there. Jumps past him, clips him a little bit, I think, but they're able to keep it on 2 wheels. Gebhardt forces his way back into second. He wants to take this thing home and try to get away from the field again.
Gebhardt said, give me some Vaseline, I'm coming through, as he slides right on up the inside, back into second place, and he's going to the lead as he passes Xander Brion, who had totally messed up the rhythm section. He slots back into second, but watch out, Caleb Hall on the 54 is right there. Caden Pankow hoping these guys get together and he gets a free spot. And meanwhile, Caleb Hall tucks the front end. Pankow goes by. That's going to allow Kyle Boardman and Noah Bendis to go through. Pankow now into the 3 spot, but Brion gets a bit of breathing room thanks to that crash.
Yeah, and Brion actually would be top 20. We have a note from Luke Sheff, but was removed from SMX standings due to key sharing earlier this year when they had a crackdown in that. So one of the parts of the penalty is having to race himself back in here. So bummer for him, but he's looking to kind of show his speed and show that he belongs up front, but getting top 2 these next 3 rounds is going to prove pretty difficult for him, but he's doing a pretty good job right now and showing a lot of speed. Looks like he can't really match Gebhardt in pure speed, but his consistency looks a little bit better.
Yeah, he's just kind of keeping Gebhardt honest here. And again, as we said on the first lap, right through here, actually 1 lap ago, if these two can work together, they have the raw speed to just get away from the rest of the field and make life easier for themselves. Now, I don't know about Gebhardt and working together. Those two don't really go together like peanut butter and jelly, but we'll see if Brion can just kind of stay close to Gebhardt as they work on getting away. It is still Pankow back in the 3 spot. Bendis just laid it down in 4th. He's going to come up short on the double, and going down was Caleb Hall, so Hall hit him. He's in a bad spot. He's going to get landed on there by the 62. That was Devin Johnson. No, excuse me, Hunter Ash landed on him and was able to stay up. But yeah, now Caleb Hall down bad, probably out of this one. Noah Bendis just laid it down again. So it's pretty much Pankow or nobody, I think.
Yeah, I think so, but Pankow having a rough ride here. I think everyone here is just trying to keep this thing on 2 wheels. And Brion, let's see, they're going to have this lap plus 1 more. Yeah, 4 laps for these guys. Again, is pretty much what we're going to see. But Pankow, I mean, he's got a lap and a half for something to happen to Xander. So if I'm him, I'm not really trying to push too much as far as my raw speed, trying to lay down the heater. I think I'm just trying to be as smooth as possible. Just kind of ride smooth and consistent and try to survive this track, because you see it pushing right there. That's going to be another at least half a second from just missing that rut, going over it, having to get back, and that gives a lot more breathing room to Xander, who's chasing down at the front. It doesn't even know Pankow's there.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are just so far out in front at this point that they don't know what's going on behind them. They don't know the chaos, but maybe someone is in chat letting them know what's going on. Time is just about to expire, so same story in this LCQ as we saw in the 250 LCQ. These guys are only going to get 4 laps, so it's basically like an old school last chance qualifier. But Gebhardt's still leading the way here and looking to pick up another LCQ win. He's kind of familiar with these because he's been so fast over the years, but his heat races have sometimes been a little less than ideal. We know the raw speed is there. We even saw it in qualifying. The raw speed is there. What can these guys do, you think, A-Wood, from these outside gate picks in the main motos?
Honestly, I think when you're splitting the half the competition on these split starts, I really don't think it hurts you as much as it normally does. The furthest outside you're going to be is just like being, at the box, or which some people would even really prefer on a normal start. So I don't know. I think we've seen a lot of carnage too, where I think just getting in is good enough. You're not even really thinking about gate pick. Even when you do have last choice or a chance, I think you just go in and try to keep it smooth on the start. Both of the sides have pretty tricky, tight first corners, so I think it's just surviving that. And honestly, I think you can get a good start from pretty much anywhere.
You definitely can, but we'll always see some guys from the inside push wide if you don't get that good start right away. As Gebhardt thinking about 3.5 right there and goes a little bit long on the 3, almost goes down, but a nice save. And Brion just reacting to that, coming up a little bit short as well. But these two are pretty far gone. It's Bendis back in 3rd, Hunter Ash in 4th. These guys are going to be sitting in the grandstands here in just a few moments. But at least a valiant effort coming into these LCQs, trying to make it through, and they get a chance again next week.
Yeah, I think some pretty good rides too. I'm not sure where exactly Noah Bendis came from. Maybe Temecula, but that's his team name right there. But he looks to be having a really good ride. He looks really good right now. I'm not sure where he was. Maybe he was down off the start in one of those crashes. Worked his way up from 18th all the way up to here. And while you're not making it in unless something crazy happens in front, you at least can kind of hang your hat on that. Say you had a good ride and try to have a better performance next week and get one of those top 2 spots, kind of solidify the shot. And honestly, missing this round is the best one to miss. If you're going to miss, it's only single points compared to double and triple in the next couple. It's going to start getting a lot more important for these guys if they make it to continue to make it through the LCQs.
Yeah, and we'll see some guys too that maybe weren't as comfortable with the motocross aspect turn it around when we go indoors next week. But Walter Gebhardt wins the LCQ. Xander Brion goes through with him as well, so they will stamp their tickets into the main races here tonight. At the opening round of the MX Simulator playoffs, Bendis, Pankow, Hunter Ash. Some of these guys heading back to the grandstands a bit early. B-Lars, Brandon Larson, tough night for him as well. Ryder Bednar, Devin Davis, just happy to be here. Said he was going to dust the cobwebs off and come back out for this one. He is going to be done out of this, though, as well. Tyler Valentine, William St. Laurent, Brandon Ead. I think that's how you say that, Ead. We got Caleb Hall. Vivian Debert,
Debert.
I know that the French like to change up the names, but I would be very bummed if my name was Vivian. Damon Evans, Anthony Pachone, Tanner Rogers, Nicholas Langstrup, Tyler Moore, Aaron Rockefeller, and Pablo Vial. That's a big name. Kyle Boardman, Devin Johnson. Vial not making it through. That is a big name. A guy that has won a race this year even. Not making it through. Tough break for the Frenchman.
Yeah, how do you... I thought you could see it in if you win a race.
You make it to the LCQ automatically. In real life, at least.
They got to change that. They got to fix that. I honestly think they shouldn't even have the LCQs.
Oh, well, just go right into seating?
Yeah, because then if people don't show up like they're hurt, like an Anderson or AP, just slide on in the next guy.
Got a request in chat from our guy Jay-Z who handles some outdoor business. Check out the blimp, Jay-Z Media Co. Content by bros for bros.
I wish I thought of that.
I don't know if their line right there is like a loading bar, but I would run with that. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it looks like it. What's going on under the line?
I don't know.
That weird.
Know what we got? We got something hiding back there?
Jay-Z Media, bro. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Media Co, bro.
All right. It is time to go racing for the playoffs, though. 250 Moto 1 coming at you. And, of course, 20 minutes plus 1 lap.
God, I can't wait to be inside your living rooms for 20 minutes plus a lap. Send us your setups. Someone, I forget his real name, messaged me and was like, "Oh, you guys are back. What time's the race on?" He's from Australia. And I looked back through our messages. He sent a screenshot and he's like, "Watching the stream with my hammer." There's just a hammer on his desk. Yeah, not that hammer.
Okay. All right. Okay. Goddamn. Yeah. I don't know, man.
He's flying the blimp right now. He says, "I am Mrs. Supercross."
Are you?
Yeah. You think I could be Miss Supercross? I'm gonna wear a bra next week. No shirt. Titties out.
Crazy in here right now, guys. It's unbelievable. But
dude, I have 6 months of pent up streaming.
It hasn't even been 6 months. Our last stream was like May 11th.
4.
It's September 17th. 4 months.
That's a long dry spell.
It's crazy.
Nate said he'll watch it. That's all I need.
Here we go. Emmanuel Cepeda, Jack Mark, Ryder Derigo, Evan Vanderkoy, Killian Ortiz, Jake Spies, Braden Tharp, Logan Leitzel, Hayden Stevenson, Max Wilczek, Braden Tharp, Timmy Briscoe, Ryan Chowsey, Antonio Velati, Cash Woods, Ben Nerona, Dylan Delaire, Rogan McIntosh, Jackson Vick, Evan Holt, Tom Quino, and Rasmus Balzer.
See, there's something wrong with it.
Well, someone said he didn't go with like the grape purple or something like that. I don't know, man. I'm just here.
It's just bad colors in general, but
it is.
Like, come on. They gotta fix that too.
Well, here we go, folks. It is time for the playoffs. Tharp enters as the 1 seed, Balzer the defending champion, and a host of other riders ready to do some damage against them. But first of all, who is going to get the all-important hole shot here tonight to kick off the playoffs? We are ready. We are set to go racing. Let's do it. Someone's over the gate. Are we got a red flag situation?
Yeah, screw them.
Red flag, I think, in chat. Is what I saw.
Oh, before? Okay.
Oh, it's 5+1. Okay, all right. If someone goes over the gate, I usually think we got a red flag. So there we go. We did indeed have a red flag. So we can reset the timer here. And we will go racing in just a moment. Apologies there. Almost got you guys riled up a little bit too early. Okay, now it's time to go. 20 minutes plus a lap. Ready to drop the gate here on the opening round of the playoffs. Where's that start going to come from? Who's going to win Moto 1? Let's go in Concord. Holy hole shot. Killian Ortiz. I think he's going to get to this corner first, but will he get to the line first? He's trying to control this side. From the other side comes the other lane, and no, it's actually going to be Braden Tharp with a big hole shot on the outside line. Hayden Stevenson right there with him, but Tharp out front with the red plates.
Yeah, exactly who you thought would be there. And Kellen, I think we saw exactly what I've been talking about. That outside, the side that we saw Killian Ortiz get a good jump from, they have to go and bank off that outside, whereas everyone from the other side can just kind of shoot across the inside. And Braden Tharp got multiple bike lengths on everyone instantly. And man, this is right where he wants to be, and it's looking bad for the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's already got a little bit of a gap opened up. Stevenson is trying to go with him. Remember, Stevenson all the way back at Anaheim 1 kicked off his season with a win, so he knows how to get the job done in these 250 races. Let's see if he can go with our red plate holder. Cash Woods, the 2 seed, off to a good start in this one. He is 3rd in the running order. Killian Ortiz, Ryan Chowsey, your top 5. Jack Mark just behind them launching, and Balzer out of the LCQ. Not a bad start. P7 for the defending champion here.
Yeah, a really good start for him. Honestly, to be from the LCQ to here is... You kind of asked me if they'd be able to get the start. Okay. If he'd be able to get the start, and honestly, it looks like, yeah, I think honestly, getting on the side that you prefer is better than wherever your gate pick is on that side.
Yeah, I mean, if you can just get away from a decent spot on the outside right there and get through that first little chicane clean, might end up with a pretty good position, as we see with Balzer already working into a good spot here. Killian Ortiz, Cash Woods, Hayden Stevenson, all still chasing Braden Tharp. And now we're going to see what Tharp's made of from the race lead right here. He did a lot of damage outdoors, of course, to the 250 West champion this year as well. But little mistake right here. Does not get onto the tables clean. Does Stevenson? No, he doesn't either. Cash Woods opting for the alternate line. Might have a shot at second place right here. Stevenson nails the triple out to hold it. But that is going to be a critical rhythm section for these 250 guys.
Yeah, it looks like there's like 3 different options too. There's the big one, step on, and then across and then off. And then there's whatever 2 lines they did, both missing that triple on. So yeah, very big here. Whoa! Ooh. Stevenson all the way off to the right, jumps back left, almost gets into him, but is able to keep it on 2 wheels. And he is fighting, man, these guys are fighting tooth and nail. 2 different ruts here along this little sweeper, but they end up coming together. I'm just more interested in honestly, a lot of these slow, tight corners. I'm just keeping an eye on if they can get through the ruts cleanly, because it seems to be really hard for these guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, 250s also, you think about momentum and getting through those inside ruts. They're the ones that are going to be slowed down the most, trying to get going. They can't carry as much speed. The 450s will dig in a little bit better. So 250s, you just got to be so on it through these corners to keep that momentum up. And Stevenson dealing with the heat now from Cash Woods. Woods, though, lays it down. He's in an awkward spot right here. Going to get on the track just in front of Balzer right there. As we got yellow flags, is somebody down? Yeah, the leader was down. Where is he? Tharp is in transition here after the big double. Looks like he may have cased it and gone down. He's going to pick it up in about 5th spot, but there you go. Just like that, our leader down.
Yeah, leader down, and it's weird because, yeah, that big double triple is difficult, but it's crazy to me that these guys with their skill are going down there and not the, 10 ruts that we have going through every corner. So big mistake by Tharp, but you can just visually see the speed difference that he has over these guys. Doubling out right there. He wants to keep pushing and work his way forward as he tries to get around Balzer here in the sand section, though. Trying to see if there's any different lines. Everyone really just hugging tight on the inside of the sand. So a little bit one line here. Goes to the right side, though. Gets a better drive into this.
Oh! And Tharp almost hits the back of him right there. I can't believe no one actually fell right there. I should say Tharp was, I think, past 12 o'clock right there with the nose wheelie, but then it flipped back around on him. So lucky days right there. His teammate Cash Woods just in front of him. And then it's Killian Ortiz now in the 2 spot. Look at that. Tharp right up the inside, shoots back into 3rd place around his teammate, wasting no time. Ortiz gets a little bit out of shape, so is Tharp going to shoot in a second? Not quite just yet, but you can see the pressure is already being applied, trying to jump past him to the outside right here. A little bit one-lined right here, but let's see if he's got an inside move planned out.
Yeah, Tharp's been looking really, really good. I like that. We've seen 2 people kind of try to poke their nose in, maybe just let the rider know they're there as he makes a pass. As Killian Ortiz, Ortiz blows that rut so bad, and Tharp is able to just slide up the inside right there. But yeah, a lot of these guys having trouble here, and it seems like we're seeing a couple specific corners that they need to survive, and then that rhythm section that's really difficult because of that wall section for those 250s. If they don't get that wall really cleanly and can power down it, that's where they're struggling right there. So Tharp leading Ortiz, and then Cash Woods right behind them. But all these guys are still chasing Hayden Stevenson up front, who's got a pretty big lead here, but Tharp wants to get up there and take that back away from him.
Yeah, well, now we get a good chance to see if Tharp's just raw speed can reel him into what Stevenson's doing out front. I mean, very good early pace set down by the 18 so far, just past the 5-minute mark, so we still got almost 15 minutes of this race left to go. Plenty of racing still to be had, and it seems like Tharp is already starting to wick it up, a 155.8. And dang it, Awood, I totally forgot. I was going to pull up live timing for us, so we'll do that right now. Yeah, we'll get it here in just a minute.
Yeah, we went black again there for a second. Not sure what that is. I don't think they can see it, though. Whoa! Sending it all the way to the hole shot line. That's something I could not see from the camera angle that we have here as we're on board with Braden Tharp, seeing the way he's just bulldogging this track, looking like Eli Tomac, the way he's just slamming through all these bumps. Does not care. Good thing for these guys, the worst they're going to get is thumb fatigue. They're not going to get any arm pump from slamming and jamming through these ruts and bumps. But Tharp is on a mission here. As you can see him right here in first person, just how rough this track is. And it is breaking down a lot more. Big mistake going into that rut there. That 1.2 instantly turns into 2.2 seconds. So if you guys didn't think I was trustworthy on how much those little mistakes, happen, how much those cost you in those ruts. That one slamming in that rut and stopping for a split second will drop you a second like that. So just how consistent you have to be. And we will see that yo-yo effect here between a lot of these guys as Tharp is pushing, blowing a lot of ruts, going outside, lost another 0.3, 0.4 right there. And here's the big double, triple.
Yeah, this is what
they come up.
Ate him up a lap ago or two, where he was down in transition right there, but picked it up 54.4 to a 56.6 out
so
of
many
Hayden
mistakes.
Stevenson. So even with all those mistakes, still ran his fastest lap of the race, the fastest lap of the race, actually. No one else in the 54s just yet. Cash Woods was able to put down a 55.3 right behind him, so he's trying to come along, but you can see he's not even in the picture, so about a 4-second gap back to second in the championship entering this one. If you're Stevenson here, how do you kind of play this? Do you just ride your own race and let Tharp close up, or do you try to respond now and actually start laying heaters down yourself?
Yeah, I almost... as he cases that big triple on, that's going to be big if Braden Tharp can get this rhythm cleanly, but looks like he does, but not as close as I thought he would get. Actually, no, he is just as close, if not closer. Look at this move, trying to send it up the inside, but they both really prefer that one line, so had to pull off. Oh, Tharp skips out right there, is able to keep it on two wheels. I was going to say, I don't think Stevenson has like another gear. I think you just have one speed on this track.
Down the inside, Tharp tried to throw it there, and Stevenson fought back to the outside. Let's see if he can get to the inside right here first. That's critical to get that line, and they come together very slightly, and Tharp goes down, hits the outside tough blocks, and I think Stevenson was going to full send up the inside anyway, but now he doesn't have to.
Yeah, it's crazy. Those two ruts, they are completely separate, and then they meet at the very end, so I knew that they had to come together. There's no other way unless someone jumps out of it. Stevenson just holds his own, and man, he comes out way on top just having that inside. That move from Tharp felt like it came from so far back, but really these just big bowl corners, if you're going to meet someone, skip all those ruts, meet them at the exit, you can do it. And luckily Stevenson came out on top after losing that spot for a split second.
And now he shorts the double oddly right there. So that's the same spot we saw Tharp crash, and now Stevenson has some problems of his own. Ortiz moved into second. Here comes Balzer and Tharp right there as well. This is a three-rider battle for the 2 spot right now. Balzer thinking inside, gives Ortiz the business and moves up into second place.
Yeah, big moves by him. Balzer, man, if you told him that on lap 6 of this race that he would be in second place ahead of the defending, or not, he's the defending champion, ahead of the current points leader who's got the advantage coming into this, I think Rasmus Balzer would take that all day, any day, but still doesn't seem like he has the complete raw speed. Lap time wise, I'm not sure what that looks like. I think Braden Tharp is just the fastest on the track, but he's been making so many mistakes. You see him pressuring, almost jumps into the back. Another rider goes down, but let's see who gets the best of this rhythm section.
That was Killian Ortiz, by the way, in the background, who had just gotten back to the group and now lays it down. Meanwhile, Cash Woods has also worked into the frame a little bit as well. He's right behind Tharp, who just messed up the rhythm section. Ortiz looks like he's still in the background a little bit as well, but Balzer got that triple on, off, and honestly, that seems to be the make or break. Obviously, the rest of the track as well seems to be a bit of a struggle when it just comes to maintaining momentum, but if you can get that 3 on line through the rhythm section, that might be your best passing opportunity.
Yeah, watch this. Braden Tharp is so fast through that rutted section, that double before they go across and come back. Balzer, small mistake. Tharp around the outside. He's going to make it happen. This track is so rough. They make one small mistake, and it's not just losing a bike length or two. It's losing full 1, 2, 3 seconds to these guys as Tharp just blows by him. He's not even on the screen after one small mistake.
Yeah, I mean, he's just gone already trying to put the hammer down, maybe even on the desk like we saw with that one guy. So
I'll put my hammer on your desk.
Going after it. That's crazy. Right now, as Stevenson has a 7-second lead, and we are 11 minutes into this race. You guys can see the clock in the upper right-hand corner of your screen right now. It's about 8.5 minutes still to go, plus that one lap. But now Tharp just made a mistake on the triples right here, and Balzer going to close back down a little bit more. Cash Woods. Oh, Tharp down on the inside rut before the finish line jump, and the 23 is down. So Ortiz, Cash Woods, and Balzer all go by. Keep an eye on Cash Woods. He's definitely made his way into the picture here, and Balzer's in second, but Woods looks like he's on the move.
Yeah, I mean, all this too, you have to remember Hayden Stevenson is so far out front. He's not even worried about these guys. Meanwhile, one small mistake by Balzer, not even completely off the bike, he loses 3 spots. So I was thinking about maybe doing a top 10 rundown or something, but look at these guys. I actually think someone just went down. Yes, Cash Woods tucked his front end, jumping into the sand right there, but Killian Ortiz has pressure from Tharp. They're trying to charge so hard into that wall, slam on the brakes, and then that's what's having them struggle to get down that downside. Tharp has not got it the last 3 laps in a row, but he's still able to get past Ortiz with a better second half of that rhythm section.
Yeah, Ortiz curiously triple, double, single. I don't know how he could mess up that triple that bad when he gets the backside of the table. Maybe just slightly OJ'd it, but that allows Tharp back through into third. And here comes Cash Woods along the outside, crossing over into the ruts, then cases the double. Ortiz is like, yeah, man, I'm just going to stuff you in this corner. Dualies, and now Cash Woods goes down, trying to throw it sideways. Not many dualies to be had in the ruts here tonight, but that's fair game, I think.
Yeah, we'll get. I saw his rear end slide out. I knew he was going down, so I felt like I couldn't join you with that. But I think we'll get a couple soon. Maybe on that double, triple in the 450 class. Maybe they're not struggling with it. I don't really see how they're struggling with it that much on the 250s with how good they look in the corner and the little kind of baby double before. Let's look at this and analyze, because they hit this corner good enough to get this like little double out. How are they not just pinning it and clearing that every time? Maybe they're just trying to scrub it, and maybe it's a tight pocket in there that they're trying to land in, and then misjudging it. But man, it's crazy. Every time we see a slide out, Kellen, I've never seen people yo-yo so much.
Well, I was thinking with the double line right there, is it, you know, I guess if your skill set's maybe a little less on the 250, it is a send line, right? Like it is one of those things where you got to be clicking through the gears to get it. But these guys might just be so good in the corners that they actually do need to check up or scrub just that slight little bit. And it's when those slight little details matter is when it's really easy to make the mistakes. When you got a full send line, it's full send or nothing. But you got to check up and try to get that double. It's tough. Meanwhile, checking up alongside of Balzer for this second spot. They're both going for the triple on. They both get it. Now will they triple out? Look at the line that Balzer had cutting across through the ruts. Tharp's not done. They're rubbing number plates into the corner, and Tharp's trying to hook this inside rut, but Balzer doubles from the outside to pass him back. Tharp back down the inside, has nowhere to go. Balzer back in a second.
Yeah, we've seen Tharp slam through. He went single, double there. This is where Tharp's in really fast. Scrubs right next to him, takes his inside out of all the ruts. I can't believe no one else has picked up on that line, because he's been using it to pass pretty much everyone in this class so far. Full send around the outside as Balzer going to carry so much speed, but still has to tuck into this tight inside line here. What a race we're seeing as Balzer also nails the exit of that rut. These guys are on absolute fire right now, but as we say that, they're still 12 seconds back of Hayden Stevenson out front. So all this crazy racing, yeah, it's your current points leader and your championship winner from last year, but they're still just racing for second. Hayden Stevenson absolutely crushing it 15 minutes into this race. Braden Tharp, though, has a little bit of breathing room for what seems like the first time this race, or at least in a long time. And man, what amazing racing. I told you this was going to be better than real life, bro. This shit is sick.
That was a fantastic battle, and it seems like we did lose Balzer pretty quickly right there. I don't know if you made a mistake or whatever, but 3 seconds off. I can tell you 54.6 last time by for Tharp. He had done a 53.9 the lap before that, and he's going about a second and a half a lap faster than Stevenson out front, but they only have maybe 4-5 laps maybe to go as Al Tharp is going to go down. Oh my goodness, what a save as he doesn't actually fall off the bike. Balls are right back in the picture, but you can scrap that theory. I was going to say maybe he's going to catch him on raw speed. I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore. These guys need some help out front.
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, look at this. Okay, so we're going to try to analyze here. This triple on is huge. Drag racing at the drag strip right here in Charlotte. Tharp with a little bit worse line there. Ooh, no, Rasmus Balzer goes a little bit long, makes the mistake. Tharp finally gets this preferred outside line where they're able to carry their speed, get that double over, and man, he's looking good. Jumping all the way into those deep ruts. I think that's the good thing about a road is those landing zones start to get a little bit bigger for him. He's looking great, man, but too many mistakes. Even still, I don't think Hayden Stevenson's doing that out front, making those small mistakes. And that's just why he's pulled away. I think Tharp has the speed, but not the consistency to take this thing home tonight.
And another thing that Stevenson is going to have to deal with first, though, that could actually alter this just a little bit, is Stevenson is now into some lap traffic. I think he actually just lapped his teammate, if I'm not mistaken, going around the 62 right there. So Stevenson trying to march his way through some lappers and still leading this thing 16, almost 17 minutes into this race. So we'll check back in with him in a minute. It is Tharp, Balzer, Ortiz, and Spieth inside of the top 5. I want to give some love to some of these other guys having good rides. Jake Spieth, not a bad result right there if he can hold on to that. Of course, by the end of the night as well, lowest number on Olympic scoring is what gets you your tally for the night. It's only single points tonight, but say you win going 1-3, you still get the max 25 points. So that is what really matters. Jackson Vick in the 6th spot. Ben Nerona right behind him in the 7th spot. Some guys that have been really strong this year as well. Emmanuel Cepeda in 8th. Cash Woods has dropped all the way back to 9th from battling for 2nd place. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. And Logan Leitzel, the number 3 machine, running inside of the top 10. So definitely some serious talent all the way through the top 10 of this field.
Yeah, Cash Woods not straight up not having a good time right now. But me, I'm having a great time, Kellen. It's so good to be back here. Talking shop, talking virtual dirt bikes here. Watching this amazing race as we're watching Logan Leitzel, friend of the program. Absolutely here. Trying to push it. I feel like these guys, we saw qualifying. The speed was, yeah, maybe within a couple seconds. No one's really running their qualifying pace. I think it's just survival, Kellen. There can't be anyone. How many laps do you think is the most that someone's done without tipping over? maybe 2.
No, I was gonna say like maybe 5 because obviously they had a lot of quali laps. They've probably done a couple laps during those LCQs. So
like 10 laps, man.
Yeah.
These guys back here are struggling. I mean, still 50 seconds only, which is actually not that much when you have 10 seconds between first and second. But man, it's been crazy to see the way that this track has eaten people alive, but I love it. It's made for some great action, and we've only seen one person really tame this beast tonight.
I mean, heck, you and I have been around long enough to remember those days when the tracks were nothing but these brutal ruts everywhere, and it got to the point where people were just complaining that it was like an enduro cross. But to be honest, it made racing kind of interesting because you kind of could rely on more mistakes up ahead of you from guys getting out of shape or crashing or something along those lines, and that's certainly what it's done for us here tonight. Nothing seems in stone. Doesn't matter how big the lead is. At any point in time, something could, come up and take these guys to the ground.
Yeah, I think until the lead got like 8 seconds, I wasn't even going to say look away from first and second. I want to show everyone love, but it's like anything could literally happen. Then you had that 3 or 4 man battle that was right behind him for that top 5 spot. And yeah, we sadly can't go through the whole field because even right here, Balzer is in striking distance. One small mistake, he fell back, but look at that. Probably a couple of minor mistakes you didn't even see, and he's right up on the rear wheel again trying to make a move here. And these guys are just praying to nail this. You see him cutting down sideways after the wall just to get a little bit more speed to nail that line.
And also, both of these guys actually ate into Hayden Stevenson's lead by 3 seconds on the last lap alone. Now, the unfortunate thing for their case is time has now expired. So the white flag is going to wave next time by for your race leader, Hayden Stevenson. He's trying to lock this thing into cruise control, but I don't think they're done just yet. It's now down under 6 seconds. More lap traffic up ahead. Stevenson has got to really lock in here for the next lap and a half.
Yeah, I think you're going to see some of the more dangerous lap traffic that you'll ever see because you're always kind of on high alert going through traffic. Are they going to fall? Are they going to cross jump me? Are they going to do this or that? This track is so deadly. You might want to take the main line is the one that lap rider was just going slow in. I'm not sure if he made a mistake or, fell sideways in it. But Stevenson is having to switch up his own lines, take ruts that he may not have taken for the rest of the race just to try to get around these guys smoothly. And yeah, not affecting him too much so far. Hopefully he has some clear air. We'll kind of see on this camera angle if he's got more people he's coming up into. Looks like he only has one rider and then a lot of breathing room for a while, though.
Yeah, white flag is now out. Moto 1 coming to a close here. The 250 playoffs, round 1 from Charlotte. And Stevenson with a little front end tuck right there. Only loses maybe about a second of time. But suddenly Tharp can really see him, man. This is 3.2 seconds. A 53.3 last time by for Braden Tharp. Absolutely on the gas right now, trying to sneak up and win this thing. Down under 3 seconds with a lap to go.
Yeah, if we keep it on this first-person camera, you can see the erode. It actually makes these tracks a little bit easier to ride because all those ruts, oh my God. Bad timing on the seat bounce right there. Let's see, does he get the triple on? Doesn't go for it. This could gain or lose him time depending on how he hits this alternate rhythm, but as those ruts get bigger, those ruts turn into more like walls, so you have more room to ride these ruts right here and kind of bank off of and less to like grab your peg on. So it actually makes it easier for these guys. And I'm not surprised that he's getting faster as the main line gets a little bit easier. Down to 2 seconds here. He's really good through this section.
He can see Hayden Stevenson in front of him, and Stevenson still has a little bit of lap traffic up ahead. He has got to be puckering at this point because he's got to try to get through these sections clean. When we get to the walls, he might be scot-free, but he's got a few corners to go before we get there. So we'll see if he can lock this down. We're in about to the final 4 or 5 corners of Moto 1. Stevenson scrubs it down, doubles to the inside, hooks this rut nicely, but a little bit high centered on it, and Tharp can see him. He's right there on the wall jump in the background. This lapper has to get out of the way. He does so very nicely all the way off the track to the outside. Stevenson hooks the inside rut nicely, hooks the inside rut here. Tharp going to keep it as close as possible. One more turn to go, but Stevenson gets the double clean, gets the triple clean. Oh, a little bit long, but doesn't legs off right there to the inside. 1 corner to go. Hayden Stevenson wins Moto 1 of the playoffs.
Wow. I cannot believe that came down to less than 1.5 seconds as Rasmus Balzer comes across in third. And Killian Ortiz trying to take this thing home in fourth. Has a lot of breathing room from Jake Spieth in fifth. I don't think there's been a constant 1.5 second gap between anyone that much this race. It's always every mistake seemed to be more or less than that. And oh my gosh, what an amazing finish as we follow Spieth here through this route one more time as he takes home the last spot in the top 5. Jackson Vick in 6. Who we got?
Off track, where was he going?
Yeah, I don't know. He took a detour off the wall jump. Ben Nerona, he's been there just quietly in 5th, 6th, or 7th this whole race. I've seen him on the timing. Evan Holtze with the beautiful district designs. Those TLD kits are so hot. Logan Leitzel right here, all white FXR number 3, taking home 9th place. Trying to make a move though. Look at this, super close. Doolies as he goes, hits a Doolies again as we got cookies coming in hot.
Oh, cookies and my daughter. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. Did you want to talk on the mic?
It's a small star. It's a small star.
Very good.
Oh, now I want to go to Disneyland.
Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you, Holly.
Good night. Buenos noches.
Buenos noches. Oh, my cookies are so good. Thank you.
I love it. Leitzel did end up in the 9 spot right there.
Sorry, Logan.
As we didn't quite finish that battle. That's okay. Ryan Chowsey. In the top 10,
I
Jackson
didn't even see
Lindsay.
who hit the finish line. We stopped the second dualies because the door opened.
Oh, man. Got to have a little bit of It's a Small World to brighten up your evening, though, here on the stream.
Oh, these are thick.
Tharp says, I'm just not good enough. Unlucky. I think he's pretty good.
Honestly, well, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Losing by 1 second is like the definition of just not good enough.
the track is basically nothing but landmines, and he goes 153 with 2 laps to go. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Dude, I cannot wait to watch the 450 class.
Oh, the 450s are going to be awesome. Can't wait for it. Coming up here in just a minute. How about Hayden Stevenson, though, winning the opening moto of the playoffs? Sneaky sneak, the 18, getting the job done.
He's always one of my favorites. I mean, he's like a supercross specialist, I feel like. Invisible walls. No one lets us have fun. Also, 2011 Hagvis Hangtown.
Throwback,
Legendary
man. Yeah.
call by Nate. Trash track. Worst track. That made me hate Hangtown for like 6 years. Until someone else came in and rebuilt it. Oh my God.
We
Hangtown
built
was the
Redbud in
worst.
12 because that's like the most, everyone loves that. It's the gnarliest track ever, but people love it.
Oh. Barrington was doing a lot of 2012, 2013. But he only did a couple every year.
I want to say it was, if it wasn't Hagvis, was it Motoboss?
Hagvis just didn't like fun.
Hagvis, the GP tracks in 13 too were just,
Yeah, that was so good.
So nice. Nate probably knows who built Redbud 2012, or someone in here has
Nate's
to know.
Sleeping.
If you're a desk chair, he'll definitely sleep on you,
Sleep
no
on
doubt
you.
about it.
All
Wake
time.
me up. Wake me up.
You just need to join the Discord. Oh my gosh, these cookies are so like gooey and rich, and you take a bite, you can't talk for like 5 minutes. So that's the
I
dangerous
know, it's
part.
just peanut butter in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 450 Moto 1 is coming up.
I wish your name was peanut butter.
Oh, all righty.
Mm-hmm. I'm taking one more bite, then I'm back. Then I'm back
Get a
in for the
quick-
whole moto.
Disco Rico right there. And let's take you guys through the order of who is going to the gate right now. Joey Carter, Tyler Lang, Seth Carr, Alec Horn, Blake O'Brien, Walter Gebhardt, Wyatt Grant, Jeremy Siebold, Bodie Parker, Cooper Hunt, Luke Sullivan, Jeremy Schiabro, John Heilman, Jeff Cooper, Colby Eaglin, Frank Jackson, Chase Blakely, Ash Deering, Xander Brion, Braden Castellaneta, Braden Carter, and Seth Shirley. So where is Seth Carr? Did I miss him? I think I missed him. There he is. There is the 6. Your current championship leader, Luke Sullivan, rocking the number 1.
Uh-oh. Solly Wooly, Luke Wolleben.
Geo Panda. I've totally forgot about Geo Panda. That's totally on me, Geo
I
Panda.
love pandas.
Totally forgot Geo right there. All right, here we go. Who is going to come out with the whole shot? We're going to take a look on this side of the gate this time. Colby Eaglin's over there. I see Sully on the 1 is out here. I think Seth Carr was 2 inside of Colby Eaglin, but here we go. 20 minutes plus a lap. 450 Moto 1 of the playoffs coming at you.
This is where the start's going to come from. I'm calling it.
Looks like getting there first. We didn't see who it was that got there first. Schiabro had a nose out there, but I think it's going to be, it's from the inside this time. Seth Shirley, the 40-foot JIBR.co Honda out front. It's Carr on the 6 right behind him. Eaglin on the 24. Oh, this could be a great race with all these guys up here.
Oh my gosh. I lied about that start. But look at that, Seth Shirley around the outside, solidifying his lead right now, trying to keep this thing into the outdoor section as we get away from these big jumps for just a split second. Seth Shirley straight ahead of the car, and man, if these two Seths, if they can just keep it on 2 wheels, this will be a battle for the ages.
May have saw a flipping Husqvarna in the background. That was the 24 machine. Colby Eaglin down on lap 1, going off the backside of that double jump, and he has gone well down the order. It is Shirley, Carr, Castellaneta, Cooper Hunt, and Schiabro inside the top 5. The number 1 of Luke Sullivan, I should say, is in the 6th spot, right behind Schiabro. And then O'Brien, Carter, Brion, and Bodie Parker rounding out the top 10. As a mistake out of Shirley almost opens the door up for Seth Carr, blocks that, and it's the 2 Seths battling it out front.
Yeah, look at the 450 class in the back of the camera shot. You just see they're just like a trail of ants because these guys are so consistent. There's so much. They're still horrible to ride next to, but they're so much better at the 250 class of like staying alive in the first lap. As we were trying to get some action, car trying to pull up alongside of Shirley, not able to make it happen. But what I love is that it allows so much more close racing deeper into the race. You don't just have the top 4 or 5 surviving and separating. Yeah, I think even people with a bad start, you're going to see being able to come up. And you can see that with the gaps at the timing as it scrolls across your screen. Sullivan making his way up into 4th, Cooper Hunt in 3rd. We lost someone, but Squidbro, O'Brien, Brion out of the LCQ, and Joey Carter. Braden Castaneda dropped back to 9th. That's who was up there. And Buddy Parker in 10th.
And look at these guys. The 450s
Carr
getting onto the table a little bit cleaner, but Seth Carr having some fun in and out of the tough blocks, loses a little bit of time. Cooper Hunt on the charge right now. District Designs number 82 machine. Spent some time as a pro in MX Bikes and then came back with a vengeance earlier this year doing some damage in MX Simulator action. That's why he is so high of a number 82, but he is a former race winner in this series, and he knows how to get the job done just as well as any of them. I don't want to deviate from this lead too much, because while Shirley obviously doing a fantastic job out front, Seth Carr looks like he's just waiting for an opportunity to pounce. The little mistakes have hurt him so far, but once he gets his feet going, I think he is going to be on the charge for the race lead.
Yeah, I was hoping that we'd see a lot of mistakes from the 450 class like the 250, and that this 2 or 3 second lead wouldn't be safe. But these guys, we talked about, they'd have an extra 20-30 minutes to practice than the 250 guys had, and just a little bit more experience, maybe a little bit better, more stable bike under you. These guys are riding like this track is not rough at all, and it's crazy just watching what happened earlier, the LCQ, and watching you try to ride this earlier, how easy these guys are making it seem.
I mean, it is, as you saw, not easy at all, and they certainly look very good out front right now. So looks like an update from chat. Luke Chef says, Shirley broke his wrist this MX season in a real-life crash training for Loretta's, could only play using his right thumbstick. Right thumb on his left stick. This is his first race back with both thumbs. So there you go. Real life injuries affect the gameplay when it comes to MX Simulator. And Shirley was getting away, but then as he made a mistake, Carr also went down, and then Shirley went down as well. So now Seth Carr takes over the lead. Cooper Hunt down out of second just as he got there, so Shirley goes back by. Schiabro up into 3rd, and there goes the number 1 machine. Luke Sullivan finally first look at the TSCZ Productions Honda into the 4 spot. And he is trying to go with these guys out front and establish himself. Oh, a little nose high right there on the triple. But if you remember, Sullivan won this race last year, sneakily so. Set him up well for the playoffs, but he knows how to get the job done on these drag strips. Yeah,
maybe he's just a Charlotte type of guy. He likes Charlotte, and he crushed it at Vegas. Also, look at his number plate. Rasmus Balzer, what are you doing, baby? It is the right purple. Rasmus Balzer looks like he sampled that bright pink tough block that we got elsewhere on this track. Luke Sullivan, though, looking good, trying to work his way up, and yeah, just outside the top 3. Squidbro, we're starting to see a couple mistakes. It's weird. We saw 3 mistakes from 3 people within like 5 seconds, and then once again, clean racing from these guys. So maybe they're just going to come up in bunches when these guys get distracted or the track develops a certain way, but everyone's looking really good and really comfortable up front here. Even the guys that have gone down, Cooper Hunt, still able to hold it inside the top 5.
Yeah, Cooper Hunt in 5th right now. How about Schiabro in 4th? The Dizrick Dizin, number 36. Obviously a mock of District Designs right there, but holding a strong top 3 position. And you want to talk about veterans in this game. This guy's been around a while. Back in 2014 is when he made his debut, and still out here grinding against the competition. But good to see him up here in the 3 spot early on. Seth Shirley, by the way, back on the charge after his fall, 2.8 seconds down of the race lead. So he's keeping Carr honest right now, and I feel like as we get to the middle stages of this race, these two might have a chance to settle down and really put down some scorcher lap times. So we might be on for a bit of a qualifying battle coming up here in a minute.
Yeah. We talking veterans?
Veterans?
We talking veterans? Veterans out here all over this 450cc 4-stroke class. But Seth Carr right now dominating, and he is one of the rookies that we look to. Is this his second year or first year still? First year. Full rookie? Seth Carr?
For 450s, yeah.
Seth Carr? Okay. Also, I love NASCAR in chat. Same. We did not do any of the motocross races this year, but we are back. We did all of Supercross, and we will bring you all of SMX.
And in case you didn't know, Squiddy won Moto 2 at Unadilla. We got it lined up in the chat right now. So how about Jeremy Schiabro fighting back in his elden age and doing a good work against these young bucks in the 450 class.
Also won Unadilla.
Oh, Cooper Hunt winning Unadilla as well.
I'll start calling him Chunt.
It's only Squiddy's 25th season.
Honestly, it feels like it.
Poor Squiddy.
What's his first season? Probably 2011?
No, 2013?
Oh, he's older than me or later than me?
Well, younger, yeah.
I thought he was
He's definitely younger than us.
He was breaking the racing under 13 rule. Illegal.
You were 13 in 2013? No, you weren't.
Oh. No, 18.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I started racing 2012, but it was Supercross, so I was still 16.
All right. Well, back to the action on hand.
Good talk.
It is Seth Carr, Seth Shirley, Schiabra 1, 2, 3, Sullivan 4th, Brion from the LCQ in 5th. How about these LCQ guys? I mean, we knew the damage was going to be done when it came to what Rasmus Balzer, the defending champ, could do in the 250 class, but Xander Brion proving that the LCQ ride was no fluke. He has left his compatriot there, Walter Gebhardt, behind and taken off with a good top 5 start in this one. Cooper Hunt a little bit back of him, and now a mistake right there from the 48 of Schiabro pulls him right to the front of Brion. So now Brion's in a good position to try to battle for a podium even.
Yeah, Brion looking good here too. He looked really good in the LCQ, looked smooth, not only just speed, but also looks smooth and consistent, which is what you need. Ryder going down behind him, also trying to make a pass in front of him. Let's see if he can make it happen. Gets Huckabuck right there in the ruts, but able to get the single double. Trying to use this outside line, unable to make it happen just now, but I can foresee Xander Brion going up and passing Squidbro as someone's down. Luke Sullivan is down. Defending champ.
Yeah,
dropping
champ.
Way back.
Had gotten into 3rd and then lays it down on this double. Weird spot to go down, but it's like he was a victim of one of these deep ruts catching him out and got him sideways. Down he went. Now he's going to deal with the 4-time Supercross champ Braden Carter closing the gap down from behind. He is in 7th, Frank Jackson 8th, Castellaneta 9th, and Gebhardt rounding out our top 10. So we're still keeping an eye on where all these guys are, and missing curiously still from the top 15 is Colby Eagland, your Supercross champion, after he went down on lap 1 outside of the top 15. Not a good start for him. 16th place, almost a minute off the lead, and not the way he wanted to start his playoffs at all.
No, I mean, I feel like this is where we saw him struggle, though, was the outdoorsy type of races for Braden Carter. Colby Eagland, though, where is he at?
16th.
16th. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's real bad.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about just Braden Carter being bad.
No, we're talking about the champ right here.
I wasn't paying. I don't know what I was looking at. The champ, though, yeah, Colby Eagland, dude, what are you doing?
He did get a good start and went down on the first lap of the race. So,
but like everyone else is, but look at 9th place is 38 seconds off the lead. All you have to do is keep it on 2 wheels and putt around. So he's just must have been just going down left and right.
Yeah, tough start to the playoffs right now for the 24. We'll see if the second moto he can turn it around, but he's got to get through quite a few guys in this one to even get a satisfying result that he would accept, I think. Chase Blakely, John Heilman, Joey Carter back here, Walter Gebhardt, Jeremy Siebold. Look at this group right here. Castellaneta, T-Lang, Frank Jackson, all going at it through the rhythm section. They're actually right behind Luke Sullivan. So solely another mistake has dropped all the way back to the 7th spot. But you look anywhere on the track right now, there's plenty of battles to be had.
Yeah, he's got a lot of dudes breathing down his neck. I like this battle right here. We're going 5 deep, switching it up. We just saw a pass in the last 2 positions right there and try to mix it up again. Tyler Lang trying to hold on, but everyone just jumping in and out. I like the different line selection. You can see just what people think are comfortable or what they're doing to try to avoid following the rider in front of them. But it's really awesome seeing these big battles on a track this rough, this hard, and with so many ruts. Just seeing the line choice, where they funnel into something because it's so smooth and fast, and then where they're just a little bit comfortable somewhere else. So going to be fun to see Tyler Lang right here in the middle of this 5-rider sandwich, but Luke Sullivan dropping back like a rock. What's the saying? Dropping like a log, like a rock. He is falling fast, all right, at the speed of sound. Frank Jackson is about to swallow him up.
Yeah, this is a crazy fight. Yeah, a little bit of dualies. They're not quite next to each other.
That was pretty good.
I hate to say dualies when they're not literally next to each other, but definitely fun to see how close the action can be when these guys are all racing at the top of their game. Sullivan, Jackson, Lang, and Siebold all on your screen right there into that corner, almost touching tips. That's how close it gets coming in to that wall jump section right there. Going over these walls is a tricky nature as well, trying to get a good line entering and exiting. You can see these guys all going every which way through this section back here. Still no one really finding a good route to this sand section. Outside back to in. Siebold almost goes over the bars and T-Lang makes a pass on him. So now T-Lang eyeing up a pass on Frank Jackson as we go down the back straightaway. But T-Lang jumps off the track. You got Luke Sullivan getting away a little bit. Up here, though, we got Braden Carter getting around Cooper Hunt. And I think that was, Schiabro sideways in the rut. He had just laid it down. Meanwhile, Carter at the inside of Cooper Hunt. His teammate makes the pass, moves up into the 4 spot. And a nice move at that.
He got landed
and then
on.
He gets landed on, but rides out of it. So well done by Carter. Hate to cut away from this, but we got a new leader. Seth Shirley is out front. Seth Carr looks like he went down. Not sure where, but suddenly Shirley's not only in the lead, he's massively in the lead. Seth Carr picks it up 14 seconds behind him out of nowhere.
He must have got a double fall off because I feel like, or fell instantly. When we were skipping through the front, we saw Seth Carr picking his bike up off the ground. That's insane for him, and now he's messing up all over the place. When you just skip through the field, it felt like watching a highlight reel. Every time you skip to a new position, something crazy was happening at that position all the way up to the front. Seth Carr, though, man, just tough. That's way too far. You can't drop 15 seconds after leading. 2 fall-offs like that is bad. I really hope it wasn't a double fall-off he at least had no control over. That's a bummer when you see those happen, but I don't think there's not enough time in this race for something to change. Kellen, 7 minutes left. You think Seth Shirley can just kind of take some breathing room up there and just hang out?
I mean, he's got enough of a lead right now to try to manage this race. No question about it. Brutal lap, as you said, for Seth Carr. A 2:12 when they were in the low 150s. So obviously a double fall off at some point. I don't know if they happened back to back or if it happened earlier in the lap and then later in the lap, what have you. That certainly has opened up a massive advantage for Seth Shirley with only about 6 minutes and a lap left to go of this race. So he is going to try to settle it down and hold on. Xander Brion from the LCQ is in a podium position here in Moto 1. What a ride. And now Carter up into the 4 spot. So he's continued to charge. He's going to try to get to Brion before this is over. Cooper Hunt in 5th. Schiabro in 6th, back on the charge, trying to jump down the inside of Cooper Hunt. Doubles up the inside. Who's going to get the better drive? It's Hunt for now. Schiabro on the prowl, though, wants to get back up in a top 5 spot.
Yeah, trying to make it happen here. Ooh, gets a little mistake right there behind him. Cooper Hunt, though, looking good. How many riders does District Designs have? Is it everyone?
11 billion?
Because I feel like it's worse than Star Racing every time we go. It's like the old Phil's team used to just have half of the Supercross lineup. Cooper Hunt, though, blowing it. Schiabro trying to make a move, doubling over, still not close enough here. Now doubling to the inside. No, same rut right there. It's really one line right there for these guys. It is cool. I like that there's so many ruts, so there's options, but there's a couple where they have to use different lines, and there's a couple where they do funnel in, but it doesn't feel super one line. This spot does, though. We'll see what can happen, though. Look at these two wheel to toe. Squidbro with a small little slide out. Cooper Hunt gets a little bit more breathing room as who comes up right behind him?
That was
T-Lang.
T-Lang, yeah. T-Lang making the pass. As Schiabro looks like he went off the track or maybe had a small tip over somewhere, but T-Lang able to get the pass done. Cooper Hunt and Braden Carter, Brion, and Carr. Actually, down to 9 seconds, 151.4 to a 154.6. So over 3 seconds a lap faster than Shirley last time by. Seth Carr is about to put some absolute Stanley steamers down. Your carpet's going to be a lot cleaner after this.
Well, besides that small little slide out right there, I feel like Seth Carr, we might start seeing from some of these top guys is the hot lap hero guys that can really throw down. I think the track's broken in enough to where they have those big ruts they can lay it into. And if they can keep it on 2 wheels, they can start running this fastest lap of the races. I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing another 150 or 149 or whatever they can run. Ooh, but look at that. With the big ruts that you can bank off come Big braking bumps right there, and Seth Carr almost just fell about 3 different times in one straightaway. So trying to pick up that pace to put a charge on with 4 minutes plus a lap to go brings the possibility to make a lot of big mistakes like we've seen since we've been on board, and still just pushing. I think it's too much too late, Kellen. I think just seeing what he keeps doing this lap, I think his head's not in it, and he might have to just settle in for a second.
Well, I will say we thought that Hayden Stevenson had it done and dusted in the first moto, and then suddenly we had a wild Braden Tharp closing in late. So you never know what could happen, and if you're set early right now, you got to be prepared for all possibilities of what could happen at the end of this race. 3 minutes and a lap to go, though, before he sees the checkered flag. We'll see if he holds on to it from here. Carr, Brion, Carter, and Cooper Hunt still your top 5, but here comes Tyler Lang on the 5. The JIBR.co Honda is suddenly up there battling, trying to get into the top 5, and he has come from a long ways back to get here. This is a valiant ride by the number 5 machine.
Yeah, chasing down Cooper Hunt, who in turn is chasing down Braden Carter, but I think he's got a little bit bigger of a gap as you see him on that camera shot. Tyler Lang making moves here late. He's been up and down like a yo-yo so far in this race, trying to make something happen, but small or big mistake right there. Cooper Hunt tries to jump into those ruts right there, tips over, hits his shoulder, falls off the bike, and he even loses a position to Schiabro as well, who was right there behind T Lang. So Schiabro making moves back up on that Disrick Dozen bike. These 450s, it's crazy how easy they can get this triple online right here. But I think it just brings into, they don't really seem to be struggling with that triple because you're landing on the 5-footer and then they just launch out of it right there. So pretty smooth for these guys. I do like to see different lines, the single double right here, the double single. Just little things to look for that the 250 riders are doing as well. But just everything, this double right here, they're getting so much smoother. It's cool seeing how the 450 riders are able to attack the track even late in the moto compared to the 250 class.
Yeah, I mean, I think as we mentioned in the 250 class, it comes down to power a little bit because these 450 guys, they can make the mistakes in the corners, they could drag a bar, they could get sideways, and they still can just throttle up and keep going the same speed that they were going before that. Whereas the 250 guys, man, they just have to be so precise in and out of the corners, and it's tough to do that on a track like this. It is a very difficult challenge to do lap after lap, and 20 minutes plus a lap is also no easy feat. A mistake for Carter might allow T-Lang up alongside of him. Here we go.
Doolies!
And
Doolies! Even better, baby!
Back to back over the double and the triple, and Carter holds T-Lang behind him, gets a little bit of sideways right there. T-Lang almost jumped off the track. Nice job to corral it back together. But lost opportunity right there for T-Lang. I think he almost had it done.
Yeah, true. My favorite thing about just dualies over the years, Kellen, is that you kind of know when they're going to happen. Like you feel the tension kind of rise in the room as they're getting alongside each other. We're just waiting for it. But I love that it's never like a pause before they go up the off ramp. You constantly talk all the way until they're in the air and it's confirmed, and then it turns into it. Because every time I've ever heard a clip or seen us, it's always like cutting off mid-sentence or mid-word. I think that's just my favorite part about it.
Well, I mean,
it's been a while since we've had them, and had a lot here tonight. That big double triple giving us a little bit more than we thought. Ooh, Tyler Lang, hold on to her, bud. As he's got Schiabro waiting in the wings back there. Still just, these guys feel like they've been in the same position this whole race long. But yo-yoing back and forth. Like I said, Braden Carter, though, in the 4th spot. But he's got a lot of room ahead and behind. Still about 9 seconds out front. Big gap to Brion, straight out the LCQ. Speaking of Brion, Kellen, who's in 3rd. Is this, and Balzer as well with his great finish, this is going to just put even more pressure on them the next couple rounds.
I mean, yeah, they're suddenly going to be in a really good championship position and have to go to the LCQ again each week. That is not ideal.
Freak out. And it's like, if you miss, the worst thing is if you get round 1 single points, round 2 double points, and then you miss the 3rd round, you're completely effed from your championship standpoint. So, yeah, I do not feel bad, or I do feel bad. I don't know. I don't
not feel bad for them at all.
I don't envy these guys one bit for being the ones who have to go through the LSQ in the first place and then having a great result inside the top 3 in the first moto for both him and Balzer. That's going to be so nerve-wracking the next 2 weeks.
I mean, I don't feel bad for them either because they're fast as hell at this game, and I would certainly love to feel that speed once again in my life, but our fingers are probably a little too old these days. Meanwhile, Seth Shirley, by the way, is starting to deal with a lot of lap traffic here on the last lap of the race. It's down to 8 seconds, and he's just got to navigate a few more guys here, but definitely has brought the gap down ever so slightly. And if you're Shirley, this is a little bit of get nervous time again. We saw in the first moto of the 250s how close it got in the end between Tharp and our eventual winner, Hayden Stevenson. So Shirley just got to try to hang on a few more corners before this is all said and done.
Yeah, but I mean, he's fine. He's had it this whole race. Nothing's going to happen now. I was going to say like there's a way it could happen, but I don't know. Getting some pressure though from a lapped rider here. Maybe that's going to make him nervous and something happen. The gap is down to 6 point something seconds, but 3 more corners and a big double triple to go. I think Shirley's got this one home and a very good ride after such a good battle early on. Seth Shirley has taken advantage of Seth Carr's mistakes and just dominated the second half of this race.
I'll tell you what, Seth Shirley absolutely laid his hammer on the table and comes through to win Moto 1 of the playoffs. What a ride by the 44 machine, and he looks fired up about that one. He takes the win. Seth Carr comes across in second, so that'll set him up for at least trying to win this overall here at the end of the night. Still definitely in the possibility for him. Brion, a very solid P3 for the Frenchman on the Atlas.co Kawasaki, out of the LCQ into P3, just following Rasmus Balzer's lead and putting it up on the box for a triple-digit guy here. That's awesome.
Yeah, triple-digit through the LCQ is just absolutely insane to be doing against this 450 class. As you see those top 3 line up for a second. All these guys having awesome celebrations. Tyler Lang through in 4th. Schiabro comes through in 5th. Braden Carter dropped all the way back to 6th right there. A bummer for him. Frank Jackson was up front early, finds his way across in 7th. Walter Gebhardt from the LCQ, a top 10 for 8th. Cooper Hunt right there was up early, drops back, holds on for 9th. Luke Sullivan in 10th, your last year defending champion. Bummer for him. Joey Carter taking this thing through the line. Any battles coming through?
I think we're
in
pretty
this.
cooked
Oh,
for
go
battle.
Wyatt Grant.
Well,
Go back.
Blakely just got around, and John Hammond just got around Eaglin, who is calling it.
Yeah, what's wrong with the skybox? Did you see that?
What?
Looks like it's like pixelated and like painted
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
the whole way around.
Oh yeah. Hey yo, your skybox is cooked.
It's cooked. It looks
Hey.
like when they save the JPEG like a million times and then it gets it all crazy. That's what it looks
they
like.
put like the texture filter on it, and then they like crank up the
clarity.
and stuff like that.
I'm a big clarity guy. I love clarity.
Clarity.
You can only go like 10 or 15 though. But I wonder, do you have your reshade on?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it could be that.
Do you want me to turn the reshade
No.
off? Should we take a look?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You can if you want.
No. I'm gonna listen to what you said to
I'm
me.
just gonna like this looks always fried because of the reshade.
Well, yeah, because
it's you edit the photo.
No,
and
I don't. I didn't actually edit this photo. This is an unedited photo, but I will say it's taken with the reshade on, so it's double reshade right now, which is why it's
extra cooked.
it's been out in the sun for a little
You're
while.
looking like a photo bucket, like editing your MySpace. This looks like my first ever photo I put on Instagram. It was of like a Snickers bar and a Monster, and I was in like sophomore year. Kids are so much cooler than we are now. I'm like, check out my lunch, dude. And I'm like, no, why did that get its own post on Instagram?
You think next week what I should do is I should put that big photo bucket trademark over this thing?
Yeah.
So it that's our background screen.
Use like the blur that like you would do on like your muscles or like your waist or your butt, where you can see it curving the door behind you, but it's just like that with a rhythm section.
I'm going to turn the fan on a little bit higher, so keep talking.
Okay. Can you turn the light off too?
Yeah.
Of it? Okay. Now taking questions from the chat. Kellen Brower, A Wood equals AC and JB. Thank you, Cody. We have a lot less wins under our belt though. Justin Brayton won one race. I won one race. Coincidence? I think not. That's it. That's all I got. Now taking questions from the chat. Also, yeah. Oh, it's almost too cold. Can you turn it down? Okay. Woo! It's Kellen just blew on my toes and it made me get all excited.
We're getting giddy
the
over
cookies
here.
are so good. You reminded me I have 2. I need to eat the other one. Due for unforeseen weather, we have to cancel all second motos. It is raining and lightning here in SoCal, so honestly, kind of crazy. It's raining for our stream, lightning storms, and they had to cancel it. How many bare naked guys in one hot tub till it becomes weird? 3?
I think that's too much. I think
I would go naked with Kiefer.
I'm capping at 1.
Yeah,
I'll
but
get
you
in a
can't
hot
be
tub naked, maybe with my chick, but I'm not doing it with any other dude.
No. Okay, but here's the thing. If say it's me and you, or me and Kiefer, because Kiefer likes to be naked. If me and Kiefer are in the hot tub and he's naked and I'm not, that's weird. If we're both naked, I feel like that's way more acceptable and normal.
No, I'm out.
Like, oh yeah, dude, you got your dong out, but I'm just gonna keep mine up, but I'm gonna like be able to see yours when you get out or whatever. Like, we're both dongs out.
That's a schlong shot. All right, here we go.
I want to go in the hot tub with Kiefer. Can you tell him that?
Let's go for Moto 2 of the playoffs coming up. Here we go. Cash Woods is going to lead the field on the outside lane coming into the whole shot line. Who's going to get the jump and who is going to win round 1 of the playoffs? Let's go. Oh, that bump into the turn number 1 caught a couple guys out. Let's see where they come together here in the center. It is going to be Braden Tharp 2 for 2 on the whole shots. And Hayden Stevenson right with him. So the battle we wanted to see from the first moto materializes right away here in moto number 2.
Oh, Braden Tharp, the wild out wheelie boy, straight out of Baltimore, trying to make it happen. But Hayden Stevenson also tries to double into the rut and goes down 2, keeps it on 2 wheels. Both of these guys have basically crashed, but not. And they still have a huge gap to 3rd place. Oh, as he catches a kicker, accidental oppo right there from Stevenson. Tharp all over the place.
Down with Antonio Vellotti, and Stevenson's going to lose a ton of positions right here. He's still laying right in the middle of the track, watching all of these guys go by. And he's going to pick it up, and I don't even know, outside of the top 15 at least. And look at who's back here with him, the 1 of Rasmus Balzer. So 1st and 3rd from the first motos are absolutely buried. And this is a massive opportunity for Tharp right now. Obviously coming in with the number 1 seed, but if he can win this moto, it just extends that championship lead even further.
Sorry, I had to have more cookie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will continue talking about Tharp as he can come around and lead the end of this first lap. He has got that number 23 red plate machine looking awful sharp out front, and if he can lay the laps down here for the next few laps, he might open this thing up to an impossible level. Jax Lindsay 5 seconds back at the end of lap number 1. Nerona, Cepeda, and Cash Woods rounds out your top 5.
We're so back. That's the quote of the night. Braden Tharp, remember he came in chat, he said just a little bit not good enough or a little bit too short. Well, look what he's gotten here after a great start, even a million mistakes by himself. He still has no one else on the screen with him challenging. Look at this shot.
Dude,
What, dude? Where did everyone go? He's only a 10-second lead. He's 11 seconds out front of Emmanuel Cepeda. Jax Lindsay just went down. Jackson Vick taking over 3rd. Braden Tharp's jumping all over the track. He can do almost whatever he wants. He's trying to throw it away on purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe what I'm seeing on my screen right now. Coming up just short in the first moto, you get given the world's biggest gift. Braden Tharp, if you throw this away, that's a bigger choke job than me on that
All right.
peanut butter cookie that I just ate.
That's a wrong time to pause as Emmanuel Cepeda moves up into 2nd place. Jackson Vick 3rd, Jax Lindsay 4th, and Ben Nerona rounds out the top 5. Jack Mark, Ryder Derigo, Timmy Briscoe, Killian Ortiz, and Evan Vanderkoy inside of the top 10. Then it's Dylan Delaire, and finally Rasmus Balzer, who we finally come across someone who was in the running in the first moto. That is how split up this all is. Good to see some other faces get up here and battle it out early in this one, but it has absolutely flipped the overalls upside down. I don't even know where we're at right now, with Cepeda running in the 2 spot early in this one. Might have to give some help from somebody in chat to keep us updated on the overalls, because they are literally all over the place.
Xander Brion is American.
Is he?
Yeah. That's what he said in chat.
All right. I thought he was French as it can get.
I thought he was just not like Spanish or something. That doesn't seem
Spanish?
like real
Xander.
Spain.
Xander.
Yeah.
Spanish. All right.
I knew a Xander that was not American, and I thought he was like Spanish.
All right. Okay.
I don't know, dude. I only know one
I don't know,
kid.
man.
We used to make fun of. We were so dumb when you're a kid. We were like, "Oh, that's a weird name." Now I like don't even bat an eye at it. Sorry, Xander. We love
I
you.
don't know,
Also,
there's-
you're a ripper. Make every LCQ. Doot doot.
Dude.
Email Emmanuel. Email Cepeda, who's coming through in second. 6 seconds back, but he has Jackson Vick all over him. Emmanuel Cepeda. It's a good thing you're not a dog getting hunted down by a Vick right now, but trying to make moves through that rhythm, unable to get all the way there.
Dog hunted down by a Vic is criminal. I can't even believe that just got said.
So
on this
is Vic.
broadcast. He is. You're right about that. Honestly, there's too many young kids in this chat right now that probably don't even know what we're talking about. But this is a fantastic fight brewing for the 2 spot right now between Cepeda and Jackson Vick. Jax Lindsay actually is in the 4 spot right here. The 71 Phil Ski and Snowboard Suzuki in a good position right now. And Jack Mark rounding out the top 5. So like we said, a bit of unfamiliar faces from the first moto, turning it around for the second moto. It just goes to show you, you never know what's going to happen in the playoffs, but you do know Jax Lindsay is going to lay it down right there. Lose a position. Is he going to lose 2 spots? Yes, he is, as also shooting by is Ben Nerona. So Nerona finds his way through, as did Jack Mark, as the Cepeda-Jackson Vick battle continues on.
Yeah, Ben Nerona almost got eaten up over that double, almost got his front end taken out. Manuel Cepeda. Okay, by the way, more lore. Xander Brion goes by Xander, but his real name is Alexander.
I'm going by Len.
He just Al Len Alex Lex
I'm just Len Brower.
Len. Oh, you're
Yeah.
Len. I was like trying to get that from Alexander. That's a diabolical way to shorten Alexander, and instead of picking Alex, you pick Xander. I don't know, crazy, but you do you, brother. This is insane. What do we got here?
Well, we got Cepeda
Jackson Vick,
and
get
Jackson
on
Vick.
him.
All right, Jackson
Get on him.
Gets Cepeda going at it for the 2 spots still. Let's see who gets the triple on. It's going to be Jackson Vick that tries it, gets onto the second table, gets off, goes for the 3. Does he make this pass stick?
He's in the
Actually,
bails.
impressive how similar those lines work out. I did not think it was that close.
Yeah, I think he went a little bit too long on one of those offs, and then when he tripled, he landed in the SYS bail. Kellen just ate him up from the sidelines, but he was able to keep it on 2 wheels. This is crazy how long this battle's been kind of going, where I feel like he's gotten really close into the Davalos bails, able to keep it on 2, but he's gotten close in that same section every time, and he gets yarded or makes mistakes out here in the more outdoorsy section, and then is able to pull it in. Jackson Vick, SX specialist? Question mark?
I don't know. I
Maybe.
think he's pretty good at both. Obviously, real life Rippa, so he knows how his way
Is he?
around the track. Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of her.
Okay. Well, I think he races super minis now, and he was like, I don't know, top 5 of Loretta's this year, something like that.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. But yeah, this battle is literally still the exact same spot it was a lap ago. I thought we'd see some drama, but we're going to save it for our mama instead, as Emmanuel Cepeda is just keeping Jackson Vick right in his hip pocket, barely a second ahead, and it is close, but no cigar just yet. Can Jackson Vick close it down on this lap? We'll go on to lap number 6. I guess this is lap number 5, I should say. Our leader's already over the line. And see if anything else changes. Up the inside, Vic runs into the side of him, and Cepeda has to go over the ruts there for a minute, but still nothing changes. They're in the exact same positions as they were before.
If he gets the triple on, and if Vic gets the triple on, Cepeda does not, and he still cannot make the pass happen here, it's going to be, I'm calling some shenanigans, because this feels scripted. The way that it's gotten separated. Look how close this is. As close as he's been. Oh, he's going to make the pass even before the wall. Kellen's throwing for skins. Triple on. Double doesn't happen. Can he keep it going? He gets through it cleanly into the SYS bails. Kellen just can't keep his hands off of him. He's trying to suck him up.
Oh my God, dude, this is crazy.
I can't. I've been missing you guys so much.
All right, look at this
Too far.
battle, though. Cepeda up alongside of him, almost got him back. And now Jackson Vick locks it down. He is up into the 2 spot. So there we go. And a very nice pass by Jackson Vick in the end. The triple online, it works in these 250s, man. If you can get it clean, it is a massive time saver, as we just saw right there, as Nerona and Ryder Derigo 4th and 5th. Ryan Cheesecake Chouse, we got a shout out for him in the chat. Loving to see where he is at right now. And he is in the 6th spot. So, holding it down for the 5-2 as well. I love to see that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we could probably do a run through because all we've done is watch 2nd and 3rd place. I want to see where our contenders are. Balzer and Stevenson. Oh, no, Kellen. 17th and 19th on the racetrack are our 3rd and 1st place finishers from last moto. Stevenson, who was hoping to get an overall here and try to claw some points back from Braden Tharp in that early seeding in SMX, and Balzer to try to take advantage of making it through the LCQ. Both of these guys having a very no good, very bad time.
And no good, very heavy rotation.
What?
You don't know that one?
No,
Sad.
but I butchered it, but you sounded... What's the no good, very bad time? Do you know that?
No. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
The woman that has like a stroke on TV and she goes, what a very dares, let's go habitat. You never heard that?
Oh, the one that has a stroke on TV, like the reporter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's sad, but I can't believe you've never heard of that.
Oh,
that was like the most meme thing ever.
For Alexander Brion, if he has a bad second moto, it'll be Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Okay.
It's a children's film or book.
Yeah, all right. Let's go back to the action on screen. Emmanuel Cepeda, Ben Nerona. It is a District Designs 1, 2, 3 right now, people. Jackson Vick has dropped all the way back to the 4th spot, and he's under attack as here comes Ryder Derigo and Ryan Chousey up into the 5 and 6 positions, now challenging Jackson Vick. I don't know if he had a mistake last time by, but suddenly 3 riders on screen going at it for 2nd place.
Yeah, this is a crazy little battle here. Ryder Derigo, have we seen much of him? Or is that his real name?
Yeah, I
don't think I've heard of him.
Well, I think he's new to the scene, man. Look at the 197.
He does have a 3-digit. Yeah, that's true. But he's in here, the SMX playoffs, seeded in. So he must have done something outdoors, which I was totally paying attention to every single race. But Jackson Vick, for now, has a little bit of breathing room from behind him as he's trying to pull away again. But man, how the mighty have fallen. Ben Nerona, he was battling with Cepeda forever, and now he can't even see. I guess Nerona's up there, maybe 3 or 4 seconds, but trying to get back on that horse. We're only halfway through this second 250 moto, so a lot going on here, except for everyone, pretty much, except for Braden Tharp, and honestly, a lot of time for hopefully those guys in the back to come up and get a good finish that we just checked in on.
Yeah, balls are up to 14th, by the way, for those keeping tabs. We also have a question mark around where's our guy Logan Leitzel at? So we'll go back and find him. He is running in the 11th spot, just outside the top 10. Jax Lindsay going over the line up ahead of him. So Leitzel looking at about a 10th place day. I think he was 9th in the first moto, 11th right now. Never like those two numbers together, but at the end of the day, might get a good result out of it. Yeah,
I think so. Logan Leitzel, he was looking good earlier too. Is he just a 10th place guy though? He finished 9th first moto, so I'd like to see him get a little bit higher up here, but we got some yellow flags. I think, does he make a move? Yes, he does. Free pass there in the sand. You know what's crazy, Kellen? These guys must have been riding during that whole 450 moto because these guys are so much more consistent than they were just 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, look at this.
Just that little extra time on the track.
That's Cash Woods, by the way, who had crashed, picks it up, goes back around Leitzel. Leitzel not done, fighting down the inside, passes him. Cash Woods goes in, lays him down. How did Cash Woods not fall?
I don't know.
I was looking at Leitzel going down, and I just saw Cash Woods backflip. I don't even know what just happened.
He just went like severe. You know when you're like trying to back up over a rut and you go like all the way on your nose and your back? He like did one of those, but still held on to it.
Yeah, that was
wild. That was an aggressive move.
I think that might get protested.
Some would say, honestly.
I think Logan Leitzel is going to be none too thrilled about that.
Yeah, that kind of was whack.
But here we go. Looking up a little bit further, Ryan Cheesecake Chousey up into fourth, got around Jackson Vick. So we missed that pass. We were hanging tough with it, and it ends up changing as we jump off the screen anyway. But Ryan Chowsey on the charts. This is probably the best ride of the race so far. Anyone not named Braden Tharp, because Chowsey has come from a little ways back, and he's not too far off of Nerona for a podium.
No, he is not, and he's looking pretty good with his speed here so far. I think the podium, if you can be on the podium one of these races, I think you're going to be happy if the next result is in the top 10. With the way that this track is and the way that the results have been, I think next week, especially from what we saw in real life, I don't think the track is going to be built to be as rough just because that one wasn't. So I think it'll be more like a basic supercross for these guys with just the 1 or 2 sand sections. And I think that's where you can start to put together your consistent results. And then you're also moving into double and triple points. I think that's what you got to go for if you're someone like Chowsey. And that's what I really feel bad for the people like Balzer, and Hayden Stevenson that haven't been able to put it together. But this, I do think, is the biggest wild card or question mark of a track that we're going to see. I guess we'll have to see this weekend how rough of Las Vegas is. But this, I feel like, is going to be the hardest SMX round of the 3 that we see. So getting out of here with a half decent finish, I think, is going to be good enough for most of these guys.
Well, and again, because of the single, double, triple points, it's probably a blessing in disguise for these guys that if you have a bad round and you suck on a track like this, you can get away with it at the single point round, move on to St. Louis next week, and probably feel better about yourself when series goes back indoors. The track won't be as rough. It'll be much more supercrossy, and you can go after it. As that was Ben Nerona going down Larry loop out off the wall jump out of 3rd place and falls all the way back to 5th. So a tough break for the 38.
Looping out on a 250 in this game is honestly impressive. I feel like you have to try because they're just very slow for me. I understand looping out on the 450 all day. Look at this though. Ben Nerona has Ryder Dorigo all over him. I guess he might have went pro from AMs to pro in outdoors, scored enough points with some good results to get himself into the seating here for 250 SMX. So good on him. And having a great second moto here in this first round of the SMX playoffs here at Charlotte, chasing down Ben though. Ben's still just trying to hold on to that 5th place spot, trying to keep Ryder from getting it. But Ben has been so up and down. A lot of these guys, it's weird. Everyone seems to be more consistent, but the people that are up front, I feel like they're all crashing at the same times. Like these gaps are so big compared to earlier. They were falling, but everyone was so close together. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it does seem like that there's been less mistakes, but then the mistakes have cost a little bit more because everyone's just about 5 seconds apart. So lose a spot or 2 every time you go down. I mean, we can see 4 guys in that straightaway, but they're not close enough to really make a pass. So
yeah,
it's just spread apart enough that you don't have the opportunity to get up there and make like an actual pass on track. But if there's a mistake, is that Chowsey?
Chowsey went down and Jackson Vick got him.
3rd. So Jackson Vick goes by and Chowsey goes from 3rd all the way back to 6th in a blink of an eye. So that is a tough break for Ryan Chowsey. Going to try to get back around Ryder Derigo. This is for the 5 spot on track. And who is that down? That was Nerona. So that's actually now the battle for 4th. So Nerona, another mistake. And look at Chowsey. Does he go inside here? He's going to try. This line hasn't worked for many, but Chowsey just blocks the line off and takes Derigo out.
Yeah, it doesn't work for many because you're normally going to make contact with the rider on the outside, and he just gets lucky, and Derigo gets the shit end of the stick, I guess. Wow, bummer. He's down again, trying to jump in after making a mistake to that rut. Look at all these riders go down. I guess we found out where the pack is tight. Back here in these spots, 2 crashes, and Ryder is gone from 5th all the way.
He's all the way back to
9th. It's got to be worse than that. No, I felt like it got passed by a million.
He just moved into 4th when Chowsey went down.
Oh, yeah. Lost 5 spots right there from those 2 crashes. Bummer from him. 6.9 seconds, nice, at the front over Emmanuel Cepeda is our leader, Braden Tharp.
Yeah,
you can see him at the end, though. It was like 12, 15 seconds, so he's losing some time.
Yeah, people in chat were saying Tharp had a big one and went down, but then he had it out to about 10 seconds again, so I think he must have just crashed again, or maybe had a slide out or something, because it just opened all the way back up. And we're going to go ahead and check out an Easter egg right here on the track, because I don't know who decided to make this trailer, but we're going to go ahead and look over here at this trailer right here. I don't know who decided to do that. I think it's supposed to replica No Fear.
It
but
is.
We decided to go with this.
Can you turn around then? Are you on free camera? Look at the can. Right there. I was gonna ask you about this poop on the can.
Well,
It says drink that shit or something on it. Now, can we look at the can later?
I mean, fecal matter, so.
I saw the poop literally last lap, and I was like, not gonna interrupt the stream for it. But then Kellen's like, nah, check out the fecal matter team rig. They used to have. Do you remember when we got to design our own semi trucks?
Yeah.
They sent out a PSD. Every team got to make their own. I was on Pant Sagging Designs or Tagger back then. We had some sick ass rigs at the Nationals. That was like Lakewood too, when we did the Lakewood Dusk race, I think in 2012 or whatever. And because it was 2011 real life, but I think they raced it in 2012. And like you would finish the moto and then your team would ride over and park under the rig. We thought we were so sick.
I mean, it was sick back in the day.
Yeah, I'm
to
gonna
have your
park
own
under
rig,
the fecal
right?
matter.
The fecal matter.
Fecal matter tent.
It's been a night. It has been a night. Apparently, we need to zoom in on Tharp's kits too. So, what do we got here? Do we have something?
I think people just really like that Troy Lee kit, which looks really good. I think the pinstripe helmet is the part that stands out the most to me. It looks like a real Troy Lee helmet. So the Rockstar logo ruins everything.
Am I supposed to be looking at something specifically? Like,
No, I think they just think it's cool. The helmet is sick.
District. Yeah, I mean, it does look cool.
Why would you go Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, but everyone's wearing Troy Lee gear?
What's the matter with that?
I don't know, because it's not the way it is.
You don't need to be a replica team, no?
Well, they copied the team Rockstar Energy Husky replica, but
I
then
don't think the bike is a Rockstar Hut. Yeah, it's not.
It
It
is.
says District on the side. It's got one Rockstar logo on it, but otherwise it's totally different looking to a Rockstar Husky.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rockstar Huskies are like nothing but white.
I think just get
There's
rid of the
black all
Rockstar
over this
logo.
bike, so.
It just looks weird on the Troy Lee kit, I
Okay,
think.
goddamn. All right, we got one more lap coming up here in just a minute. As time has expired, Tharp is out to a 10.2 second lead over Emmanuel Cepeda. So things have definitely separated. Cepeda, Jackson Vick, Evan Holt, and Chelsea still inside the top five. Give you an update on our Moto 1 winner. Where has he fallen to? Well, Hayden Stevenson looks like he has called it a moto. 21st place after winning the first moto. Tough break for him, and it seems that the same approach has been taken by the defending champ Rasmus Balzer. So we have got a 121 and a 319 score on the docket from this one, which, you know, to be honest, they're actually going to end up probably around 10th.
Yeah, what's weird to me, though, is if you're taking this series any kind of way, like, seriously, you're just giving up a couple points. You're already down because of the seeding. Braden Tharp is already leading. Now he's going 2-1, so he's going to win this round, so he's going to be even further. He'll be at 50 points, and everyone else, like, you're just giving it up. I don't know. I think that's the wrong move, and it kind of disappoints me to see them kind of quit. Even if you're in 17th or 16th, like, it can be better. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Well, Braden Tharp has definitely got this thing all but wrapped up at the front of the field, and Cepeda's even losing a little bit of ground, but still a solid second in this moto for Emmanuel Cepeda if he is to stay there. I'm not sure how the overalls, aside from Tharp, are going to shake up from this one. In fact, I think borderline Cash Woods might stand. I think he was 4th in the first moto, 5th in this one. He might end up with a pretty good result at the end of this one without even landing on the box in either moto, but just how much it turns the tides between these races.
Cash was kind of just like surviving too. He was out there up front, fell back, kind of up front again, fell back again. So just, but pulled it back up in the 4th. So just him staying strong is going to have him. He'll probably be 2nd overall, honestly, looking at all those names. But Braden Tharp, dominant here, second moto.
Dominant in the second moto, dominant all season long, and it rolls into the playoffs. Braden Tharp wins the opening round of the MX Simulator playoffs, a 2-1 performance here in Charlotte, and a nice nose wheelie to boot at the end. Emmanuel Cepeda just trying to hold Jackson Vick at bay for one more straightaway here. Big doubles, no troubles into the triple on the final lap of the race. And Cepeda is indeed going to bring this thing home. P2 in moto number 2. Jackson Vick ends up 3rd. And Cash Woods does get all the way to 4th, but then he went down. And so Evan Holt is going to get a free spot right here as he jumps over Cash Woods. Woods is going to have to roll and then go for the triple. Nope, he's going to only double. So can anybody else get him? Jax Lindsay's going to be closer. But Cash Woods will end up in 5th. Jax Lindsay 6th. Ben Nerona 7th. Whoops. And Ryan Chelsea all the way back to 8th in the end. Tough break for him. Ryder Derigo ends up in 9th. He's going to be really pissed off at that cross jump. And Killian Ortiz rounds out our top 10.
Yeah. Good race. I got
Ricky.
backup on my the Rockstar on the TLD thing, by the way. So just saying.
What, you looked up a picture of the
No,
bike?
no. I got backup by other people telling me that I'm right, which is rare. I do think that helmet is probably one of the sickest helmets that we've ever seen in Sim. And this is slightly biased, but I think that just like the colors, the pop, like it's like custom TLD. But Rockstar Legacy kills it. But I do think sickest helmets ever were the Tagger replicas, though. But those were only because they were done, not because they were my team or like friends with Tagger, but like actual replicas of custom painted helmets brought into the game.
Isn't that I think they do that kind of flame design for TLD helmets.
Yeah, they do now.
So,
yeah. No, it's just whatever those colors are with that colorway looks sick. I think it looks really, really cool. It pops. Because I've been noticing it just from them riding around on the camera view.
Well, either way, it is all Braden Tharp at the opening round, and the red plate will stay with him heading to St. Louis next week. So well done to the number 23 machine. District Designs on top in 250s. How can they back it up in the 450s? We're about to find out.
Do you think anyone can even compete? Like, I know it's double and triple points, but it almost feels to me like he basically has 2 wins in the single point with the seating and that. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much I like Stevenson quitting and the other guys that could potentially be up there. I don't want this 250 title to wrap up so early, is what I'm saying. I'm sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer if it does end up wrapped up early, but the whole point of triple points at the finale is you never know. I mean, look, even just last year, we talked about how Seth Carr was in control, dominant, actually, at the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Rolled into Vegas with a chance to just pretty much, I think, even clinch it after the first moto, and then had a disastrous second moto that gave Rasmus Balzer the title. So you just never know, man. These championships, the way that it goes with the single, double, triple points, it sets you up for the Vegas finale, kind of meaning pretty much everything.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're gonna have to see. I think unless you see Cash Woods really lock in next week, I think we're really gonna have to see, Stevenson or someone like that can really be a competitor bounce back.
All right, 450 Moto 2 coming at you. Jeremy Siebold, Seth Carr, of course, also trying to do some damage in this one. Tyler Lang, Luke Sullivan, Bodie Parker, Joey Carter, Walter Gebhardt, Joey Carter, John Heilman, Wyatt Grant, Xander Brion, Ash Deering, Jeff Cooper, Frank Jackson, Cooper Hunt, Colby Eaglin, Braden Carter, Alec Horn, Chase Blakely, Blake O'Brien, Jeremy Schiabro. Your Moto 1 winner, Seth Shirley, back at it again.
We're supposed to look at Frank Jackson's kit, the One Industry stuff. I don't know why.
Where
He's
is
like
he?
10th?
No, we're not going to get there. Sad.
Did look cool, red, white, and blue One Industry stuff, which big fan of all of those words I just said.
We'll check it out here on the start.
Red, white, and blue, best. One Industries, best. They're going to have a beer sponsor. That would be even better. Oh, the No Fear, the fecal matter bike with the One Industries.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It does look sick.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I love Hondas.
All right, here we go. It is time for the final moto. Off and running here in Charlotte. That seemed like a quick gate drop, but off we go. And who's going to get the whole shot? We're looking at the outside again. Does it come from the inside or the middle?
Whoa!
Nope. Braden Carter by a long ways with his teammate Seth Carr come out with the early lead. And Frank Jackson third off the gate in this one. So pretty much everybody that was on the outside line got away really well in this one. And it's Carter out front early on.
Yeah, crazy for Carter to take that inside. And that's allows a quick pass up the inside in the next corner by Seth Carr. Braden Carter, though, chasing down the number 6 machine as he gave it up really early. Let's see if he can bring it back. Seth Carr had a really, really good run in the last moto until he threw it away and gifted the win early or with a couple minutes to go. Let's see if he can keep it on 2 wheels. He's in the right position so far.
Yeah, good start already for Seth Carr. And
where's Shirley?
Carter right there. Where is Seth Shirley? 9th at the end of the early runnings of this one. Actually dropping back a little bit further. He may have just gone down or maybe got past. Yeah, I think he went down. So Shirley, our Moto 1 winner, is down bad right now. It is Carter, Jackson, Parker, Horn inside of the top 5. Then Gebhardt, Xander Brion. He stands a pretty good shot. But as I say that, he gets hung up in the corner. I don't know. No one really went down right there. And this
what is happening,
how
Gebhardt?
Have they not gone down? Has Gebhardt just been hanging on to Colby Eaglin right there? Brion whips in Eaglin's face. And Eaglin's just trying to get a little bit of breathing room right here to actually do the jumps. But Brion is like, I don't care, man. I'm going forward as he lays it sideways. Now he makes a mistake, and jumping over top of him is Colby Eaglin. Much better start this time. 6th at the end of lap number 1 for the 24 machine. But they are still all chasing the number 6 out front.
Yeah, honestly, having that slight edge on someone in sim and knowing that you can scrub because you're in front and they can't without taking you both out is kind of one of the coolest things. Like feelings when you just make a pass on someone, you're just ahead. So he was able to throw down those whips right in his face and knew that his competitor wasn't going to be able to scrub down and keep as low as he was. Oh, Seth Carr clips a hay bale, I think, in the braking bumps, gets crazy huckabuck, but is able to keep it on 2 wheels. Shout out Emig. I love huckabuck.
Huckabuck.
It's such a good word. Cattywampus and huckabuck. We just got great words coming from legends of the sport like Emig and A-Ray.
Tell you what, Seth Carr, he's looking good. And as I say that, he gets sideways and goes down. Braden Carter to the race lead here in Charlotte. And now we have got ourselves quite a race here as Frank Jackson goes by into the 2 spot. Crazy to see where these gaps are at the end of 1 full lap of this race. But now it's Braden Carter's turn to try to show what he's capable of. Not normally an outdoors guy, but here he is leading this thing.
Yeah, we may have taken 4 months off, but the commentator's curse does not take time off, instantly killing him, Kellen. That was very rude of you.
Brutal.
I will not do that to Braden Carter, as he's going to go on and have a nice clean lap. All right? Y'all just wait and see. Braden Carter, though, honestly, he's used to being out front. He's a 4-time Supercross champion, but this track is less Supercross than motocross, so we'll have to see. He seemed to have struggled, but maybe during the time of riding during the other races and later on in his moto, maybe he'll be able to keep it on 2 wheels and kind of just extend his lead a little bit. Maybe he got a witch off of Etsy, and maybe he's going to, nix the rest of the field and pull this thing away. He's got a lot of breathing room right now.
Wanted to give a quick update. We'll probably bring this up at the end of the broadcast as well. But 250 results. Braden Tharp did win with a 2-1, but a 6-3 out of Jackson Vick gets second, and a 9-4 out of Evan Holt gets third. So 7-7 for fourth, Ben Nerona, and a 4-10 out of Killian Mortiz gets fifth. So, yeah, I mean, literally all over the place. Hayden Stevenson's 121, 13th overall, by the way.
Crazy to see Cash Woods 12-5 and the Cepedos 13-2, putting them that far back. Guys, you kind of just forgot how far Cash Woods fell back in that first moto. When you see him having such a great ride, you don't think that, he could maybe implode like that. But yeah, that 250 class, besides one person, pretty all over the place, Kellen. And I think that's scary if you're any of these other guys looking into rounds 2 and 3 of this MXS playoffs here from Battlegrounds and Start Your Systems, as District Designs rider has a 4 or 5 second lead over Seth Carr, Frank Jackson, and Colby Eaglin. Also, Colby was not up here, so good bounce back for him. But a couple other guys, this 450 class being a little bit more consistent I feel like, but actually not really. Top 10, I think there was 2 guys that were also like in the top 10. So
Yeah.
maybe this 450 class is all over the place too. Tyler Lang, Gebhardt, Cooper Hunt, all those guys outside the top 10.
Yeah, this is another mixed bag of a moto, but it's also setting up some very odd overalls depending on how things shake up. Obviously, Seth Carr is in a fantastic position looking at a 2-2 score right now, but you never know what could happen. Frank Jackson turned it around this moto as well, looking sharp. Colby Eagland. And then we have Bodie Parker and also Jeremy Schiabro looking at, could even be on the box today as well with how his scores have gone today. So you never know how that shakes up. Finally, if we go a little further back, we finally see Seth Shirley, your Moto 1 winner, running in the 10 spot right now. Just made a pass on Tyler Lang. They're trying to work together and go run down Chase Blakely. Outside to in, inside to outside options. Pretty interesting section how that works out right there.
It is. There's 3 different lines from those 3 different riders, and they all worked out pretty evenly. You know what's surprising to me with Shirley and Tyler Lang, almost especially, just Tyler Lang being probably the oldest veteran on the skate, maybe besides Devin Davis, is, as they make passes, both of them right there. Are those teammates?
Jeez, I think so,
Yeah, they look the exact same. Okay. The JIBR Co teammates making those passes is, you think of T-Lang as like this old, consistent, like vet, like just really smooth, right? Blazing speed every once in a while, but he's kind of just always there. It feels weird to see him this far back with Shirley, even after bad starts. I know that one whole side of the gate exploded basically, and no one made it through the first turn safe, but feels weird that we're 6-7 minutes into a track that's this rough and they're still kind of that far back.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how quickly it can get separated.
Ooh,
Meanwhile,
Balfour
we got a
lead.
change for the lead. Yes, Seth Carr has taken it over from Braden Carter, and Carter just shorted the triple before the finish line jump as well, and that's going to cost him a little bit more time. But Seth Carr suddenly sneak attack. I don't know if Carter had a mistake or not, but Seth Carr just laid down a 151.6 versus a 157.0 out of Carter, and I can't even believe I'm reading it. 149.9 is Seth Carr's best lap of the race right now. He must have done that a lap before, but he is absolutely on rails right now. Look at how fast he's going through the sand even.
Yeah, dude, they're so fast. It's so crazy watching these people. I mean, it's been a couple months for us, but just when we get the onboard sometimes and we watch these top guys, do you see all those ruts that are in those rhythms? I didn't even know those were there. I thought it was smooth the whole time.
No.
These guys are animals. What sickos. Look at this, ripping this double. Oh, no, he goes for the single, like, not even full single, though, kind of tap, bulldog through there. Seth Carr is a manimal, and he was made for this track after dominating the 450 motocross season, taking home... He took home the championship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, duh. Taking home the championship. He's taken this motocross, 80% motocross, I would say, SMX round, and he is absolutely dominating, showing everyone why he is trying to be the GOAT of outdoors. He has knocked off Alexis Leclerc. Braden Carter, he says, keep that in the stadiums. Seth Carr trying to start a dynasty right here. And maybe, you win outdoors, you win the playoffs. They can give him some advantage going into Supercross. He's fast in Supercross, just never been super consistent, I feel like.
Yeah,
At least on the 450 class.
Well, he missed the opening round because of a power outage, and then
That's true.
won the second race of the year. So
Yeah, but then
ups
he
and downs for
threw
sure.
a lot,
Yeah.
right? Like,
149.3, and he just
Okay.
absolutely tosses it on the finish line jump. That's why I wanted to stick with him on that lap to see that
He's
whole
so
thing
hot.
come together. 4-second lead, just like that, and literally 3 whole seconds faster than Braden Carter last time by. So he is on the move, and Carter's off the track. I don't know where he was going right there, but mistake for the 2. Colby Eagland into 3rd, Jackson 4th, and Schiabro rounding out the top 5. Bodie Parker just laid it down in 6th. Wyatt Grant goes through on the 66 Atlas.co Kawasaki. So we did not see Wyatt Grant pretty much at all in the first moto, and comes around with a better start in Moto 2, mixing it up with the big dogs here on the 6.6.
yeah, Wyatt Grant, we don't need to watch him the whole time, but he said he was going to throw down some stees for me. I don't know if he's been doing it every lap, but hopefully
Where could he do it, though?
the double triple.
Double triple,
I
so we
guess.
had to wait all the way
Just
for that?
Come back. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, we don't have to watch him the whole time, but his dad is the steeziest person to have lived, maybe besides like Hanny, just throwing whips and stuff on Supercross triples. So maybe he'll do the same for me. But it's okay. He's got a honestly really good ride. Wyatt has really surprised me with the breakout rides that he had this Supercross, and then carrying that through into outdoors a little bit. Just like his progression in this game over the last like year and a half. I mean, he's also getting older, right? He's really young. So getting older, a little bit more like mature. I mean, honestly, do you think you could be, yes, you have more time, but what do you think the peak age to like be an MX Sim player is and like win races? I feel like it's like 16, 17, because some of these kids start playing at 10, 11, 12, you know, and they're racing at 12, 13, but they're dumb. They make stupid moves. They jump off the side of the track. They do all these different things. But I feel like you have to be old enough to be mature in like your racecraft, but also like have full control over your thumbs. Which is like dumb, but I feel like the young kids. Have we had a champion that's been like 13 or like right on that cusp?
Yeah, on a route. Yeah.
Well, he cheated too.
Oh, okay.
So there's that. Okay, no stees from him. What a letdown.
No, I think you're right. I think around that age. I mean, for me, I didn't get into sim until I was in college, but I can tell you when I was in college, I was a lot better than when I was out of college and had a job and more responsibilities. So really, I just think it's as long as you don't have like a whole lot of stuff to do. Like, if you have a lot of free time, then you can win a lot of stuff in this game.
Yeah, I think free time, but I think being like the kid, like the 13-year-old, like where you're just kind of, I don't know, maybe immature, like your racecraft or whatever. I feel like there's a perfect spot, maybe like 16 through like 18, 19, where you're like, you do have more time. Yeah, high school, college, whatever. No friends like me. You know, one of those who these people are going down constantly right here. Seth Shirley just dodging landmines. 2 riders down there. Seth Shirley, though, trying to make some moves. Honestly, all the way up in the 9th, you would think he'd be further up now. The first time we checked in, he was in like 11th. So rough ride 12 minutes into this, Seth Shirley. And Tyler Lang still back here, just not really making much progress, trying to chase down Wyatt Grant as they do make the pass on Wyatt Grant. He was outside there making a mistake, but Shirley almost going down again.
Well, I was going to say, I think the pretty obvious reason why Shirley's not making a lot of moves forward is you just have to watch him. It's not good right now as Wyatt Grant runs it in on him and then actually passes him on the double. What a move. But yeah, Shirley's all over the place, bouncing around, hitting off stuff, coming out of ruts early, passing Joey Carter around the outside right here. It's pretty rough around the edges, which is a complete different to what we saw in the first moto. Much more polished and put together, but that's the difference, man. When you come through the pack like this and you have to make these passes, it causes you to have a different mindset, kind of force the issue in some areas, and then you just start making way too many mistakes.
It's weird because I feel like we talked about that so many times with Payson Johnson, with Braden Carter. It's like you can whole shot and win every time by 60 seconds, but some of these guys, they go down there in 7th off the start, somewhere they just don't want to be, right? Maybe they get taken out once by someone. They get frustrated. They start having to race with people that aren't at their pace. And, you know, eventually they're going to lock into that pace and they just get kind of stuck back there with, you know, a million crashes early on. Look at this, though. He's just straight up battling with Wyatt Grant here. It looks like he doesn't have the pace that he had in the first moto, just straight up.
Or Wyatt Grant has picked it up because he looks really sharp, too, in some areas. But Shirley just trying to keep him at bay. It's still Seth Carr leading Braden Carter and Colby Eaglin. They have really opened it up out front. So this is probably our closest battle on track. And Wyatt Grant passes Seth Shirley on the sand section up the inside, jumps onto the table, gets off clean, cutting across to block the line off so Shirley can't get a run down the outside of the straightaway here. But Wyatt Grant taking no prisoners in this battle.
Maybe when he said, like, watch me for stees, he meant I'm just going to make some sick passes in the sand around someone that is regarded way higher than me. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm unlocking my potential. He's growing up.
Grown up.
Our little boy growing up. He's getting so big. Going so fast. Wyatt Grant absolutely ripping out here, though. There's really no other battles on the track.
It's all pretty spread
these
apart
guys
up
are
front.
These guys are a minute as Wyatt Grant goes down. Shirley hits him. T-Lane back on the heels.
Oh my gosh.
This battle has been going on
dude.
for 10 minutes at least. Nothing's changed.
Also,
And they're a minute back.
update in chat right now is that as of right now, Shirley is tied for second overall, even in this battle. So
How?
it's insane. These scores are all over the place right now. And Shirley, who is having an abysmal moto by his standards, might walk out of here with 22 points and only lose 3 points to Seth Carr, which is insane.
That is kind of insane. Is D Davis racing?
No, he was out in the LCQ.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Let's get
Just
back
wanted to
to
check in
our
on him.
lead group, though, and just kind of check in with what's going on out here. Seth Carr, 19-second lead over Braden Carter. This thing almost has a bow on it. It is pretty well signed, sealed, and delivered for our 450 national champion in pro motocross and number 1 seed coming into the playoffs, walking away with this thing out front. But maybe more curiously, Braden Carter, known not to be an outdoor specialist, but holding his own right now in second. The track is getting gnarlier. It's getting rougher. He's down to the final 4 minutes, and Colby Eagland is inching into the frame here a little bit. He's only about 6 seconds behind him.
Yeah, Colby Eagland. It's surprising. I mean, obviously he has this great second ride, and yeah, trying to take over second really help his overall position. Colby is more of an outdoor guy, I would say. Supercross, he's really good too, but like outdoors, he can compete, I feel like, for titles. I mean, he can in Supercross. He's just really good all-around rider. Maybe not too much flash. Braden Carter is huge Supercross guy, like just the most dominant. But besides maybe this double, triple, and the one rhythm section here, and then seeing already how St. Louis was built and then the track map for Vegas, this might be, with all the outdoors, this might be the most Supercross that we see one of the rounds be. Maybe next week a little bit, but everything's so tame. I don't think Braden Carter is going to have anywhere where it really like fits his strong point. So I think it's really bad. Like SMX, I really don't think fits Braden Carter, and I feel like that's a bummer for him. Because with this,
we've also seen that Carter can be a bit of a chameleon at times, although he's not that strong with the outdoor skills. I mean, he's definitely he's won Daytona. He's won some things that are a little bit gnarlier as well. So I don't know. Like, I think that it could fit his billing, and we obviously didn't see his full potential in the first moto, but yeah, I don't know. I also...
Yeah, I could see him win next week, though, but I think Vegas is going to be too similar to this.
Yeah,
you know?
It could be, but I also think that this is the gnarliest track we're going to get. I think the track crew will not build it this gnarly for Las Vegas. I think they realize that Vegas is just going to turn into concrete anyway, so it's going to be super smooth and blue groove everywhere, and I think they'll build it like that. I think they just tried to replicate what we saw with Charlotte in real life, and fair point enough, because it was gnarly. Like a lot of guys there said that it was the gnarliest track they've ever raced. So if that's what you get from these guys tonight, then they did their job in mimicking the series, and I give them credit for trying that.
Yeah, I do like it. It is cool. I feel like this is as close as you can get to the full outdoor, full Supercross kind of combo. But next week is like the closest combo, but it's still not. I don't know. With how tame it was, we'll see if they build it. This is the first time in history that we've done races more than one after the real life race, right? Probably
Yeah,
in
I think
sim.
so. Yeah, I think
Like it's always been. You guys are so used to that watching MX bikes or any other series, even if you watch European races, but North American RF racing and MX Sim racing has always been before the real race, or maybe the rare holiday or something that postponed the race. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see. It's going to be cool to see what the track crew does and how similar they're able to get and change the tracks to be like what they are or were in real life.
Well, I am looking forward to next week already. I think, it is going to be an interesting challenge for these guys. I think the track will present a unique opportunity for some guys this week that had struggles with consistency to be a little bit better. And maybe, just maybe, they take the fight to Seth Carr. I want to give some flowers to this man, though, Jeremy Schiabro. Won a moto at Unadilla. Very poignantly, people pointed that out to me. But honestly, I feel like that this is impressive, just the consistency he's put together here today. I'm not quite sure if it'll result in a podium or not, but hovering around the top 5 in both motos against this field is no easy feat.
No, especially, I mean, you could look at just the results. Really, no one has done it in both motos in either class. There's the one or two elite guys, between Seth Carr and Shirley's trying to work his way back up. He's in 7th, but Squidbro has just quietly done it today and been involved in some battles along the way. He was involved in a bunch of craziness in the first moto. We watch him so much. So for him to really pull it together here in the second moto, it's just good on him, man. He's got a great ride here and taking away some good points here out of Charlotte.
Well, the man of the hour, the man of the day is going to be the championship leader, the number 1 seed, and the 450 Pro Motocross champion, Seth Carr, who is now taking the white flag out front. He has firmly put this thing in cruise control, 26-second lead. And if this is what we're going to see when he gets a start in the playoffs, look out, because these guys are going to need to shuffle him back early on, maybe take the Levi Kitchen approach once or twice to at least give themselves a shot in the playoffs, because Carr with clean air is a recipe for disaster for everybody else. He has totally proven it in this moto. He can run away with these things, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dangerous person to kind of battle with. You don't want to see the red plate. You don't want to see a very dominant race like this. There's only 5 guys within a minute of him. That's how consistent that he's been. And all of these guys are past championship winners, past race winners. You have just amazing guys riding up here trying to compete with him. And yeah, with these being more kind of outdoor focused, and you see he won the outdoor title by like over 100 points. Seth Carr is a dangerous man, and I think he's really, dude, him and Tharp might just kind of have these things. It's the double and triple points are need to take effect, and people are going to need to really capitalize on those in the next 2 rounds when we see you guys here next week.
Well, the status quo can always change next week, and that's why we're going to be back to watch the racing in St. Louis in 1 week's time. But at least for today, here in Charlotte, it has been all Seth Carr in Moto 2. He's not going to win both motos, but he is going to win the opener. Seth Carr takes the opening round of the playoffs as he wins here in Charlotte. And unlike his teammate Tharp, he goes for the wheelie to celebrate this one. Speaking of teammates, Braden Carter looks like he is en route to hold on for P2 overall on the night and in this race. So a good return to form for the 4-time champ, trying to fight back after losing the championship. And obviously his struggles outdoors are known, but definitely a good night at the racetrack for Braden Carter, and I'm sure he'll be quite thrilled with it. Frank Jackson looks like he'll end up picking up 3rd in this moto, just able to keep Colby Eagland behind him at the end of this race. Not sure if Eagland had a late fall or what have you, but he does drop back to 4th. It could be 5th. Schiabro's right there, and it's going to be Eagland by a nose. Schiabro comes across in the 5 spot, laying down in 6th. Could this be a spot for Wyatt Grant, who's just going to come into the picture? No, it is a little bit too far-fetched, I think. So Lang picks it up in 6th, Grant 7th, and Seth Shirley, our Moto 1 winner, all the way down in 8th. His overall is definitely all over the place.
Yeah, both classes. I mean, it's just hard. I talked earlier, said, we got to do math, Colin? And we said, no, it'll be easy. It's just
1-1, 2-1,
yeah,
whatever.
1-4, easy kind of math. Yeah, no, I have no idea. Besides Seth Carr doing pretty damn good here tonight, I could not tell you what the other rest of the top 3 is going to be. Also, these guys have so much more bike control, and their celebrations are sick. I can't.
Deering looks like he's going to pick up
stoppies.
9th in this one, and Bodie Parker rounds out the top 10. Cooper Hunt 11th, Chase Blakely in 12th. Walter Gebhardt 13th, Xander Brion ends up 14th, and everybody else a lap down. Luke Sullivan 19th in this one.
Oof.
Tough break for him. And yeah, certainly a night to forget for some other riders, but they get a chance to redeem themselves next week and go after this man one more time. Seth Carr, the dub on the night. And it looks like it was a 3-way tie for P2 overall, but again, the better second moto score gets the job done. So Carr with a 2-1 on top, Carter in 2nd with a 7-2, Jackson 3rd with a 6-3, and Shirley ends up in 4th with a 1-8. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is the opening round of the playoffs, and that is our return to calling MX Simulator action. Well, Kellen Brower, Andrew Wood in the booth, round 1 of the playoffs done, and it's exciting to be back racing. I think we had a couple of duds there in the second motos, but at least we had some good racing tonight, and sets us up well for round 2.
Yeah, I think it's fun to kind of see. I mean, not being around for all of outdoors, kind of seeing where everyone's at, where they kind of shake down on this tricky track that's so rutted with one really long rhythm that was also really tricky. It was really fun. Energy was high. Vibes are high. I'm a little H'd up right now. It's been awesome. I'm had a lot of fun. I can't wait for the next 2 weeks.
Yep, this is going to be a great time. So join us next week for round 2 of the MX Simulator playoffs live from St. Louis. A big thanks again to the MXS Battlegrounds crew for all the work they're doing behind the scenes to put this series on and make it possible for you guys to not only race, but come and watch us call this race every single week. So thanks so much to them, all the track crew and everybody that puts on the work. And of course, you fans at home for tuning in to watch the opening round of the playoffs. Can't wait to see you guys next week from St. Louis, but we'll send you off on your way for now. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
So long for now.
So long for now.